I guess it would help if my mic wasn't muted when I said hello to you guys. Can you
You're
guys?
right. That is helpful.
Yeah, that's helpful. That's helpful. All right. You guys go ahead and get the show started. I gotta go on mute immediately, but don't discuss Finn until I get back.
Okay. Well, it looks like I'm solo for right now with my dear peeps in the comments. Hey, Stefan and Queen Libra. I assume Amaya will be popping in soon, and I don't see anybody out on Facebook yet.
Okay, and pretty much everybody else is here. Steven is here, Amaya, and Miss Queen Libra. Sam will be coming soon. So yeah.
Well, today what I will say about today is this: is that one, all the action, and of course Finn and Mike and Sheila were the main attraction. Everything else today was like the first time in a very, very long time when the non-central story really was just window dressing. It really was just window dressing to get us back to the main storyline. And that was unusual because they really, oh, hey, Amaya, they really haven't been doing that in the last couple of months. They've been really, really good with, the whole A, B, C story and, cutting it up and making sure that there was something else to bounce to. But today was the first time where there really was only one story. And I'd have to really think back a long time. Hey, Reginald, I'd really have to think back a long time to the last time we had a centralized episode where there literally was nothing else going on but this story. Amaya says that Bridge and Lope were the bonus scene as well. See, that's what I mean. I was like, one, I was glad that Bridge, finally put 2 and 2 together and got to 4. And Lope kind of was just, I guess, the extra to flush out the rest of the scene. That could have been, anybody flushing that out. But yeah, it's kind of boring. It really was. It was boring, and it was just like, okay, I get it. This is story exposition to get us where we need to go. But can we hurry up and get there? Because it was like, okay, Mike was a person of interest, and that's the part that kicks me out with Baker. We already know Baker is incompetent. That's, a known fact. But they really went the extra mile to make it seem like he was really, really incompetent. And let's see. Yeah, I wish they had called Taylor to at least let her know that they had a lead. Though I will say I find it very strange that Mike didn't pop up as a person of interest, because when you're chasing somebody who's a criminal, person of interest is usually anybody who's either connected to the crime they committed in some shape, way, or form, but they just didn't commit it, or they are more likely to, have a tight connection with the person. So Mike not being a person of interest before today is kind of hilarious. And let's see. Yeah, Reginald, I'm with you. It was Hope saying, I heard stories about Mike. Girl, I said that on Twitter. I was like, look, y'all, they sit up here acting like this was what they were telling them instead of bedtime stories. Like, other people was getting Hansel and Gretel and the 3 bears, and instead it sounds like anybody who was Forrester or Logan adjacent, or Forrester or Logan, was getting Sheila and the great DNA switch of blah blah blah. And I'm like, this is what y'all be telling these children? Okay. And yes, Mike did try to kill Brooke because, he done some crazy shit for love. Oh, hey, Renee Glover out there on YouTube. And it looks like Sam and Reginald, y'all in here? I can hear Sam typing, so yeah, she up in here.
First of all, I don't know what was the point of us saying Hope and Liam today. That was just boring.
Well, they were there. Well, that's the thing. With the purpose that they served today could have been done by anybody. They just needed 2 more bodies in that scene. aside from Brook and Ridge, and since Hope and Liam live on the property, I guess it was their turn.
Mike, Sheila, and Finn. I am questioning now whether or not Mike is going to help Finn. Mike has made it crystal clear that he's been helping Sheila out all these years out of love. I'm wondering if Mike is not going to help Finn. I'm almost beginning to wonder, and I love it, whether or not he's going to help Finn or not. I would like for him not to betray Sheila.
Well, here's the thing. The problem is that now that Mike has gone to clock in at his job, and Bridge and Baker are waiting for him, whatever his plans may have been when he left the safe house where Finn and Sheila are, his plans may be taking a detour, because now he knows he is now a known factor in this. Even if they don't have any evidence to tie him to it, his name is in the mix, and that is not going to be comfortable. Because yeah, you're right. I mean, and Bubbles even said it herself. Mike has been toiling for the soil for almost 30 years and still ain't hit payday dirt yet. He been doing all of this stuff, all this crazy stuff for Sheila for years. And all he really gets out of it. But I'm sorry, can we talk about him saying that that she has eyes like a wild animal? I was like,
yes. Mike was just keeping it real. Mike was keeping it real about why he is attracted to her crazy. And he kept it real. He said it's her eyes. She's like a wild animal, and he just keeps trying to tame her.
I'm like, you down horrendous, Mike. You up here talking about her.
He is down. That's why I'm questioning whether or not he's going to be able to betray her in any way. That man is down. He is down for anything when Sheila calls anytime. I stand that type of commitment.
Oh my goodness. Can please. She bust out. She in the comments that said Wildcat be the best cat. Mercy.
Oh well, hey, Mike must feel the same way. That's why he's still toiling the soil.
He trying. He been trying to get in the door for decades, and the man ain't been able to make it happen. Usually, because half the time he was helping Sheila, she was in love with somebody else. She was in love with Eric, or she was in love with James, or something.
Child, Finn waited till Sheila go take a shower for him to say, "Can you get me out of here?" And then Mike was just sitting there looking at him like, sorry, I can't help you with that one.
It was damn funny though how they acted when Sheila got out the shower. Mike can't lie for shit. Mike literally was like, "Oh, nothing." Like he can't lie for nothing at all. He got the hell out of there so fast.
Well, technically, if you're gonna be a henchman to a villain, you need to be able to lie to everybody but your boss. Technically, so I guess that's the thing. Mike cannot really lie to Sheila very well. We about to see how well he lied up in that interrogation room with Baker and Bridge. We'll see if lying is in his skill set, or if it's just Sheila he can't lie to. I think it's the second one.
It was Sheila looking at him like, "What the heck is going on?" Then she go tell the rest of Finn, "What did you tell him?
What did you say to Mike exactly?" And Finn kept it real. He told Mike that the cops coming for him, and ain't no way out of this. Sheila was looking like, I can't believe she had that tantrum when she threw the coffee down. Sheila is really, Kimberly Brown is really playing this. I mean, everything she does just screams that this is truly a maniac.
Man,
I love it here.
Mike said, "I should have bought you some decaf."
Right?
Decaf. Exactly. I wish decaf would fix this problem. But Sheila's whole issue is that her fantasy is colliding with reality, and not in a cute way. She is realizing that this is not going to go the way that she wants it to go. That this is not going to end in a happily ever after, where she gets, family-wide approval for reuniting Finn with his family, because, well, yeah, the obvious. You're not getting credit for shit since you're the one who started all this trouble.
Mm-hmm. He getting crazy about a minute. Finn and they about to go crazy.
I think Finn is basically matching her energy. If she gon', that's what I'm seeing.
Well, that's the thing. He needs to. And because the thing is, you can't fight crazy with calm. It don't work. Crazy will wear you out and whip your ass in the streets. Basically.
Yeah, because the only thing Finn could do different, and it wouldn't make any difference, is placate Sheila and go along with he's feeling better and he thinks he's well enough to go, and profusely thank her for helping him. But of course, we all know what Sheila would do. It wouldn't be enough. Sheila would, say that he still isn't ready, and she still needs to take care of him. So there's nothing he can do to really there's nothing he can do other than what he's doing now, which is manned and fight to get the hell out of there. There's
I
nothing
want to know what was in that IV. That's what I want to know.
Well, it
Whatever
must
it
not
was,
have
it was
been
a
nothing.
Because he went from very calm to matching her energy really quickly, and she was just like, well, okay. Wow.
Yeah, you think about it. He in that bed and he's just got finished pleading with Mike, to use his damn hair. And then Sheila comes out, and he just, at this point, he tired. He done. He ready to get the hell out of there. He feels
He
well
over here
enough.
pulling needles and all the stuff out of his hand. I'm like, oh my Lord.
And put his hands on Sheila. When he put his paws on Sheila, I was like, oh, okay. He for real, for real.
It's go time. Boss up, baby. I don't blame him. Well, one thing I will say that didn't make sense was, I'm like, Sheila, you already went through the trouble of shooting the man up. Why you ain't gonna take your shower then, baby? That's when you're, and I'm sitting over here thinking, if you caring for a patient or somebody who's convalescent, it's just like dealing with a baby. When they're sleeping, you sleep or you go do the shit that you need to do. If you was gonna go through the trouble of knocking him out, you could have went and dipped and got your hot shower while he was knocked out with whatever the hell you dosed him up with.
Yeah, better hope she don't do him like she did Lee.
Well, that's the thing.
He turned his back on him. Poof, there it is.
Well, see, but that's the thing. The thing is, if Sheila, this is the thing. You know how Sheila had that total breakdown after she shot Finn and Steffi?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Okay, so thing is, Sheila is not cannot consciously accept the fact that she would do harm to her son. So I guarantee that if she pops off and does something to Finn, it is going to be not because she planned it, because let's be real. That mess that happened with Lee, that was almost a damn plan. Okay? She wasn't chasing Lee to capture her and bring her back. She was happy to ram her ass into that water. But with Finn, if she hurts Finn going forward in this mess, it is going to be because she has snapped and has done so in a rage.
I don't think she can hurt Finn, though, at this point. Finn has showed enough strength to where he can get up at the bed and enough will to put his hands on her. I'm not sure that Sheila can overpower Finn, even at his weakened state. So I think, what's today? Wednesday? Well, today is only
Tuesday.
The week just damn started. Ugh. I don't even know what I was supposed to say. He's strong enough now. I don't think that she can keep him in there. I mean, we know realistically he should still be weak, but no, that's not what's happening, because we have to accelerate this to get to next week where the actual reunion happens. So I don't know. Right. Finn might do a good job of getting the hell out of there before Mike even show up to have an opportunity to help.
Exactly.
I don't know. Finn might get out of there on his own. He might choke Sheila unconscious or something. Listen, I think that's
dose her with that cocktail she gave him. Dose her with that cocktail she gave him.
Cocktail.
Whatever.
Right. I mean, right. Exactly. He could shoot her what she shot him. You know.
But that's the thing, is that Sheila's not letting reality have nothing to do with her plans, because in her head she just thinks Finn need to. That's the part that tripped me out. I'm like, honey, he ain't gonna agree to be captive. You're asking him to agree to his own captivity. Do you hear yourself, madam?
Right. And she's only doing it because she wants to fulfill the fantasy of her taking care of her baby boy that was taken from her all those years ago.
She thinks that he don't know what the plan is now. Sheila doesn't even have a
plan where Finn is concerned. Remember, she happened to cross him in this room.
She doesn't have a plan. She doesn't. It
All
shows.
she wants to do is nurture her baby boy, that grown ass sexy man in that bed. She wants to nurture him and take care of him and stuff. It's just really, it's really crazy. They really need to address Sheila's other kids too. See, I used to be at the point where I don't give a damn about them kids, but they really do need to address it, to really address her mental state, because Sheila has done some crazy things with the girl, you know, and then, you know, just with their identities and everything. But she's done the most here for Finn. This is ridiculous. She's trying to kill basically Finn, Lee, Steffi. I mean, this is a murder spree.
It is. It's a crime spree. It really is.
It's time for them to really address those other kids and why she didn't go crazy and berserk over them. I mean, I guess they're going to say it's because of the Forrester connection, but I mean, come on. It's got to be more than that, this crazy lady.
No, I think it's, how do I put it? I think at one point, maybe Sheila just was better at keeping it together. And now she just really isn't. She cannot hold her, she can't hold her crazy back, I think is what's going on. And because, I mean, before, you know, when things used to, you know, fall apart, because that's the thing with Sheila. It always falls apart for Sheila, okay? If Sheila had a book that was, if every character on soaps had a book that was them, Sheila's book would be Things Fall Apart. Because it always does. But in previous years, at least when she was, you know, playing, at least she's always been able to, like, cosplay normal for longer periods of time. This time, though, things kind of fell apart in rapid succession for her.
Well, because in the past, she has been at least accepted and welcomed by somebody that was giving her a chance. There was none of that this time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, and that's truly why Sheila can't, and that's why I need them to address those kids, because they are making it quite clear this time around, with Sheila having all the reason to want to do better, because she actually does have family that's Forrester. This would have been the chance, but she hasn't. They are proving in the writing that she is never going to change. She's always going to be murderous, which only now just makes me need to have a story about those other kids. I need to know what happened. Did she pull this, and what happened, and why they gone, and why she can't torture them anymore? I just need an explanation.
I mean, at the very least, I'm fine with them leaving out her damn Young and the Restless kids. I
don't want to hear nothing about the run. Yeah.
Okay, but Erica. But Erica and the baby that we really didn't get any information on that she had with Massimo.
Yeah, that Massimo baby. I mean, that's still to me a real mystery, because I think I missed the storyline, and you would never know anything about it if you missed the storyline.
It was a flash in the pan. Like, literally, if you didn't watch Bo in like the calendar year and a half during all of that mess that was going on, you literally don't even know that child exists.
Exactly. So yeah, I could care less about the Young and the Restless kids, but I do need at this point to have some explanation on why in the hell she hasn't stalked to death Massimo's kid and James Warwick's kid.
So we're not gonna talk about the fact that Mike talked about some Finn, your mom is right, and then Finn was just like Sheila,
that's right.
Oh yeah, exactly. He corrected that shit quick.
Yes, he surely did. It ain't no more mom for she, and that's what really is disappointing, because it looked like they were going in the direction of at least getting Sheila forcibly, getting Finn to forcibly make some people accept Sheila to keep her around on campus so she could wreak havoc. But now they've completely ruined any chance of any type of relationship with Sheila and Finn. So yeah, Finn is not having any more calling Sheila his mom. What does my mom have to do with Brooke on New Year's Eve? No, it's no longer his mom. That's Sheila now. Oh yeah, Sheila gonna have to tell him about Lee tomorrow, ain't it?
Yes.
He's right. I forgot. He's going to find out about Lee soon.
Exactly. Actually, I think you know why? And here's the thing: we see where this is going, where it was going at the end of the day's show. Finn is in full 150% full on damn rebellion. I'm getting the hell out of here. So when they fight, I think she is going to use this whole thing with Lee and the fact that she already been put, because the thing is, this isn't just Finn saying, this isn't just about Finn wanting to go back home to his wife and his family. This is a fleshed out, full rejection of Sheila in every shape, way, and form possible, for completely valid reasons, of course. But when remember I said that when she realizes she ain't got a shot with him to actually be his mother, even after she took out the damn competition, aka Lee, then she's going to want to, drop that back. Now, when it comes down to Finn's or to Sheila's other children, we never really got anything about that other baby that she had with Massimo. The only kid we really got development with on Bold and the Beautiful was Erica, or rather, Mary. And now the last time we actually heard something about her was she was actually brought up back when Sheila was in town and her and Quinn was getting into it.
Yeah, because James came to town. Remember, James came to town himself, looking nice and sexy like a silver fox.
Exactly. Which honestly, I feel like they could bring James Warwick behind back too.
Any day. He's got enough history on this show to appear today and make relevance.
Exactly. I feel like, look, if y'all looking to come and flesh this out, especially because, well, one, I don't believe that they're going to kill Sheila off. No. But also, I also don't know if they would really be up to putting Sheila in, a rubber room to be treated. And if they did, I really don't know if James will qualify. Stranger things have happened on this regular show.
Right.
But
and I would love for James to get a crack at Taylor again.
That would not be bad.
Because that's really truly to me like the song that never played.
No, it really wasn't. Because the one night stand thing happened because they was about to die and whatnot. But unfortunately, Taylor never really felt like that about James because, she was always in love with Ridge. So, and then luckily they let James, move on, and, try to be with other people. They put him with Maggie. And I want to say, didn't he flirt with Brooke for a little while, which I really didn't care for.
They did. And because they always got to ruin every character going that route every time for just for the sake of doing it. But yeah,
I really hope they've learned their lesson about that because
they clearly have not.
My thing is this: if they want to give Brooke another pairing, I don't have a problem with it. But making her a way station for damn near every eligible man in that age group has been a problem, and they don't need to do that no more because it makes problems that the writing can't fix because one, they're not trying hard enough to fix it, and two, they just want to sit up there and say, well, Brooke is the end all be all, but how you gonna ship these people with other characters if Brooke is the end all be all? So right. If they want to break up Bridge at some point and put Brooke in a full-fledged pairing with another man, I don't have a problem with that. But it can't be her being a way station for every man who come on deck for them to stop by and be fascinated by her and be unpairable later on. Damn that.
Well, they haven't got the memo. Look what we got Deacon doing. Look what they had Deacon doing the whole first year of his contract. The whole first year.
True.
So now
I want my Brookie back.
Now they really Deacon. Expect us to be happy about Deacon and Taylor.
See, but that's the thing. Because part of it is that they now have to basically fix what they broke in order to facilitate that. Because here's the thing: before Deacon came back this time around and said what he said about never getting over Brooke, it never crossed my mind for his character. Never. They had it hot and heavy back in the day. It was really something. But after that ended, the show didn't have any problem moving Deacon on with other women whenever he was on screen. They never played it like he was still chasing after her until now.
Exactly. But that's my point, though. They make it a point to make that the point when nobody's looking for it. And then they expect for us to, okay, now he's acceptable for my fave now. To me, it's like that's a feature and not a bug. I don't think it's a problem they're trying to fix. I think it's a narrative that they purposely try to perpetuate.
Yes, it is, and it's to the detriment of the male characters because there isn't an available male on the canvas in that age group who doesn't have that particular problem.
Exactly. So that's why I kind of have no interest in anything really romantically in that section because it's going to bear no fruit.
That's the thing. I don't know. I'm still out to lunch on that one just because one, I don't really know where Taylor I know where the actors come down on it. So obviously they're much further ahead of us in their own story, so they know where it comes down. But I haven't seen what I'm looking for from Taylor yet to say that this is something that I would vest in romantic wise. Could be, because I'm not gonna say they don't have chemistry, because they do. And it could be interesting, but I'm still waiting for that certain pop that you see between two characters that lets you know that romance is going to be in the air, and that it is going to be the end result. Right now, they're just kind of being a little flirty, a little charming, and talking about their issues because let's face it, they both have issues from being in love with two of the most terrible people ever.
Deacon came at the block early. Deacon had a head start. Deacon came through the door, spitting game, talking about he couldn't stop thinking about her from yesterday. From my perspective, they already paving the way for some kind of romantic relationship. Plus, Krista kept referring to it in their live as their pairing. So.
Well, then that's what I mean. Yeah, I know that part, but I'm waiting because for a parent to really work for me personally, I gotta see the indicators on both sides of the aisle. So yes, Deacon has the feel of somebody who's ready to move on. Okay, because one, this whole mess, because even the way that he is talking about his infatuation. The fact that he named it an infatuation is good because first, that's actually accurate. Because yes, for them to pop up and say that he spent all this time with his nose open for Brooke, and he never really got over her, etc., and all that other mess that got talked between him and Sheila, particularly. Yeah, that's a damn infatuation. So they're having him talk about it like what actually makes sense. But
now. What I see is Taylor building him up, giving him the confidence that he needs to make the next move to make his life great. I see Taylor pouring into Deacon what Deacon needs, and all that is just so that Deacon could now be in a position to actually compete for Brooke. That's where I see it all going. That Taylor would be used to clean the bum up so that he's worthy now of respect.
Well, I disagree with you on that one. Just because, for one, it doesn't matter what happens between Taylor and Deacon. Deacon is not even third on her list of men to
But that's
fool with.
When has that ever been the issue? It's not
when Ridge is available.
In her heart is where Deacon puts his Brooke in his heart priority wise. I don't see a day where Deacon would put Taylor before Brooke and Hope, either one of them. That's what I mean by bearing fruit.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. I'm going to put it to you like this. You're trying to get cherries off of an apple tree if that's the kind of fruit you're looking for.
Well, I'm trying to get any type of fruit off the tree. Any type of, whatever the tree is, I want something off of it that can sustain me. But there is no sustenance in a relationship that we all know is going down before it even gets built up, because this man has a child with her first sworn enemy, and that man has his life since sleeping with her has put her above everything. He literally said, Taylor is no Brooke Logan. There's no fruit coming off this tree. We can shake it really hard, but there's not no fruit coming off of it. And if it is, it's gonna be bitter.
Like I said, we're gonna agree to disagree, because what you're looking for, something that basically you're looking for something that don't fit the framework of Taylor or Deacon as they relate to each other as characters. Because here's the thing.
Exactly. So you just said it. You literally just said it. That these two just don't make sense together, and expecting something positive to come out of a relationship.
No. I said what you're looking for. You're looking for something really specific that doesn't fit them. Doesn't mean that there's nothing positive from it, but just not what you're looking for.
I'm looking for a relationship that's going to benefit Taylor. That's it.
Okay, and here's the thing. I think a relationship with Deacon will benefit Taylor, but not the way you're talking about it. Basically, you're all equating this down to Deacon has to be put in a position where he has to choose between Taylor and Brooke, and he picks Taylor. Right.
Correct. Because that's what a partnership is. That's what you expect out of your spouse or your partner.
But Sam, one, he's not her spouse. They have had no relationship with each other up till now. And here's the really important part. If Taylor cannot get that out of Ridge freaking Forrester, the father of her children and the man who has tied her up romantically for 20 years, I don't know why you up here thinking Deacon Sharp is going to fit the bill that Ridge Forrester sure as hell hasn't been able to fit in all this time.
Yes, that is correct, darling. I am looking for something that Ridge has not been able to provide her. I also find that Deacon won't be able to provide it either. So yes, I'm looking for something for Taylor. I just don't see it available on this cast.
And you're probably right about that. Because first of all, what you're looking for is new territory. So there's not a man on there who has been paired with Brooke that can give her what you're talking about.
Correct. That is true. But yes, you can absolutely say that is correct. There is no man on this cast that can give Taylor what I think that what I'm looking for. And what I'm looking for is what Steffi has.
Yes, and keep in mind that how long it actually took for Steffi to get that. She didn't get that in 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years.
It took that long because the powers that be, Brad Bell said himself that people keep telling him Steffi needs a new love interest. People, I'm sure, was the writer saying, I don't know what else to do with it at this point. So it can be done. It can be done, and it should be done. How fast it's done just depends on how fast that person gets the message. So I'm just sitting here, like I said, I'm gonna try not to take any joy away from people where it comes to with this ship. But yeah. It's very hard. I tell you, it's very hard to be on Team Taylor right now and be feel the way I feel about the Deacon situation. But at the end of the day, I'm definitely, all about what's best for Taylor, and
And that's fine, because first of all, everybody's going to enjoy whatever they enjoy. That's the nature of entertainment. Everybody's going to like what they like. Everybody's going to ship what they ship. And, it is what it is. Lord knows I would never want to see Steffi with Liam ever again in this lifetime after everything that's gone down. But, yeah, there are still people out there that still see Steam as a viable thing, even though I don't think they ever deserve a shot in life. But I respect their right to ship what they want to ship, even if I completely and totally disagree with it. So that's as it should be. But on my end, my thing is that Taylor truly and deeply needs to get past whatever her expectations are of Ridge. I don't believe for 2 seconds that Taylor will ever stop loving Ridge, because that's not going to happen. Just like Steffi, some part of Steffi still loves Liam, but she's in love with her husband Finn. Taylor will always love Ridge in some shape, way, or form.
Well, that's the show.
That's the show.
This particular show makes a point that everybody who has ever been in a relationship with anybody will always love them. So yeah, getting past that part. Yeah.
So I kind of feel like that is part of the point of Taylor and Deacon is to get her past something that she has not been able to get past since 2012.
Who is this woman I'm talking to tonight?
Who?
Yes, you.
Me? What about me?
These takes you have tonight are so Taylor's not going to get over Ridge ever.
No. I'm not saying getting over him ever. Because here's the bottom line is, if Brooke died tomorrow, Ridge would be at her front door and she would say yes. Period. Nobody has any doubts about that. What I'm saying is, if this show is content, and they seem to be, to stick Bridge together, don't know how long that's going to last, because really they don't look like they're too stable. But if that is what they're going to be doing with Ridge, instead of having him actually try to have a relationship with Taylor, then Taylor has to have not just something to do that's more than just her career and her children. She needs to have her own life. A life that is where Ridge Forrester is not the central pinpoint of it. Okay? Because as of now, with the exception of this entire mess with Steffi and Finn, Ridge has been the second biggest sticking point in her life since the recast, since Taylor came back from overseas. But that can't be how it stays when he has made the decision that he's going back to his marriage and he's going to let that be whatever it's going to be. So Taylor has to, and that's the thing. I'm not looking for Taylor to marry Deacon Sharp. I'm not looking for a happily ever after. Like I said before, one, the woman needs a friend, because everybody on this raggedy ass show needs a friend and nobody has it. Two, she needs someone who she can actually be honest with about how she feels about her own situation. And that's a pretty short list. So the thing is, that's what I mean when I say you're looking for cherries. You're trying to get cherries off of an apple tree. You're looking for a whole different class of fruit than what I'm looking for, because I don't see Deacon like that with Taylor. I don't see him as her next big, great love pairing that they're going to ride off into the sunset after saying I do's, etc., etc. That's not how I see them. I think Deacon is going to serve a very specific function with Taylor, just like Taylor will serve a very specific function with him. May that function end up turning out to be romantic? Sure. But do I think it's going to be a serious romance? No.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Yeah, but I'm gonna pass up on the rest of that.
Okay, and that's fine. But like I said, my thing is, it doesn't have to be a serious romance. I'm sorry, this is 2022. Every person who you have a date with or who you form some kind of connection with does not have to be your husband or somebody who you see spending your life with. It's just like they say, some people are leaves in your life and some people are tree branches. And you got to tell the difference between which one is which. So Deacon and Taylor could be a seasonal thing. That whole entire storyline of whatever it's going to be might be done by the time summer comes to a close and we roll into fall. We don't know, because they haven't laid any groundwork to say that it's going to be something serious or long term. But I'm fine seeing how it's going to flip out, and I'm happy to see them serve whatever function they're going to serve for each other. Because one thing is for sure, it sure beats mooning over a toxic couple like Bridge.
Well, one thing about it is Taylor isn't doing any mooning.
And that's a good thing. That is a very good thing. She don't need the moon over Ridge, and he don't need the moon over Brooke, because that's pitiful. Okay, that's one of the reasons I despise Lope and Steam as they relate to each other in a relationship, because the way that they had that set up was that if whoever he was with, the other one was sitting off to the side mooning. I don't need that kind of fate for Taylor. That's depressing.
Yeah, Taylor went back to work. That's what she did. She went back to work. She didn't do all that whining and hooping and hollering. She is working, and Deacon is going out of his way trying to find her. Now, what I'm going to need him to do is slow his roll and stop coming on so strong with the princess. Because he is really shooting his shot. I couldn't stop thinking about you from yesterday. And did y'all see the bonus scene? The bonus
Yes,
scene
I did. It was hilarious.
It was cute, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I
Because
mean,
I ain't
hey,
saying they ain't cute or whatever, because they do be cute or whatever, but
I look at it this way. He's being honest and upfront, which is more than I could say for Ridge freaking Forrester and the BS that he pulled. So you know what? If he's honest enough to say, hey, I couldn't get you out my head, and I made it a point to come up to be able to come and see you today. Period. And the thing is, Rich does the same type of thing, but he's never honest about what he's doing. And y'all, and you know, as well as I do, the shenanigans that we're gonna have to sit through once Steffi's mental health emergency, and this mess with Finn dies down. When he actually realizes that her and Deacon are on friendly terms with each other, and he no longer has an excuse about Sheila to be monitoring everybody laughing left and right, he gonna act like a whole jackass.
yeah, I expect that. I expect Ridge to get territorial over Taylor being around Deacon. I see. Don't nobody really expect Taylor to care, but I do. I think Taylor is going to end up, not having a relationship with Deacon because of Ridge and Thomas and Steffi. I'm sure she's gonna say it's the whole family.
It it would depend. Could I see her deciding that maybe she wouldn't want to because of Thomas and Steffi? Maybe. However, I don't see them saying that. One, Steffi not gonna say that because not for nothing. Deacon's phone call probably ended up being what saved her husband's life at the end of the day. That they got medical care as soon as they did. So I don't see her really having no issue with it. Thomas, I'm gonna be blunt. Thomas live in a glass house and he don't need to be throwing stones at nobody else shit.
Yeah, but he would have a right to, let his mom know what he thinks about this person she's
Oh,
spending some time with.
oh yeah, they'll pass their opinion because that's just life. People gonna pass their opinion, especially your kids and especially your parents. But they would never go so far as to tell Taylor what she could and could not do.
Have
Ridge,
you
on the
met
other
Steffi?
hand, has that
Have you
problem.
met Steffi?
Yes, I
Steffi
miss
will
Steffi.
go so far as tell her parents what they need to do. She will absolutely go so far as to do that.
She may maybe okay. Let me put it to you like this: old Steffi, yes. This Steffi, no. She has not been with the shits of ordering her parents to do things in a number of years.
She literally she
Eh,
literally gave Ridge the what for and who the hell she when Ridge came back from Deacon's place beat up, there was no deterring Steffi. Ridge was not leaving that house until she did what she wanted, and that's my Steffi. So and the way Steffi looked at Deacon the last time she was at Il Giardino, she don't really think of she doesn't think much of Deacon. Yes, Deacon did make the phone call to save her life.
mm.
That might be enough to keep for Steffi to you know change her tune about Deacon forever, but we'll see.
I'm gonna put it to you like this: if Steffi and Thomas have learned to tolerate Brooks' trifling self all these years after all the shenanigans that went on, I don't think they're gonna have half as much to say about Taylor being friends with Deacon Sharp.
Well, I don't know. Then it seems like really at this point you really only suspect Ridge is going to be the only person that's going to be Ridge and Brooke objecting to T, Taylor and Deacon.
Well, here's the thing: who else was? I'll be blunt. Who else is gonna care?
Right, that's what I mean. Ridge and Brooke, and that really should be it. And now here comes Hope. So it's really just Ridge, Brooke, Hope, Thomas, and Steffi. Those are the
Right.
ones that have that would have any reason to be
Concerns.
concerned. But I don't know. I don't know.
I just
I don't see Steffi, Thomas, and Hope sitting on the sidelines.
Well,
Wow.
no, no. I mean, they're gonna talk to their parents once that friendship becomes a known thing. Yes, they're gonna talk to their parents and they're gonna say whatever it is they feel they need to say. But I think that's probably gonna be as far as it goes, just because their parents are grown, just like they're grown, just like their parents can't get them to do a damn thing they don't want to do. They can't really get their parents to do anything. I mean, because if they had that kind of power, Thomas and Steffi would have made damn sure that Ridge did not go back to Brooke. Circumstances be damned with all this mess with Sheila and I. But we all see exactly where the chips fell on that one. I mean, yeah, they'll have their opinions and they're going to pass their opinions, but I don't think they're going to be doing anything actively to prevent either of their parents from being involved with each other in some capacity. Ridge, yes, he will. He will. He will take it upon himself to go talk to Ridge and tell him to stay away from Taylor, like he has the right to make that kind of decision for her, like she's not a grown woman. But I don't see Steffi or Thomas having that kind of conversation with Deacon.
Yeah, I would hope that they would have
But why?
to say, have something to say, because this is the man, this Deacon person is what they've all been talking about. Ridge hates Deacon. They've all been talking about it all this time, and Brooke won't get rid of Deacon, knowing how Dad feels about Deacon. Now now Dad has to have Deacon in his life, but now here comes Taylor. Now she's bringing Deacon into her life, which brings Deacon into their life. So I would expect for them to have something to say.
But that's the
we'll see what
thing.
Bear Bell does.
But Ridge can't have it both ways, Sam. He can't have
both ways all these
he can,
years.
yeah, well, and you know what? And it's been wrong this entire time, and it's one of the reasons this show is such a mess. He doesn't get to run around and dictate to the woman who he has chosen not to be with what she is going to do with her life and who she spends her time with. That's misogynistic, ridiculous BS. Now, him having a problem with Deacon, as far as Brooke is concerned, is different because that is his wife, and Brooke once upon a time betrayed her own child to screw Deacon. That's a whole different cavalcade of an ex-wife becoming friends with Deacon. Deacon and Taylor have no history. There is no ink on the paper with them because they've had no interactions or any stories that really have anything to do with each other. So him having a prejudice against Deacon in regards to Brooke is not the same thing as him having an issue with Deacon in regards to Taylor. Because that's two different problems. I know we're gonna see Ridge make an ass out of himself, and I firmly believe we are going to see him have his ass put in check like it needs to be.
I would hope Taylor would put him in check. I think Taylor probably
I think she will
put him in check, but I think that at the end of the day she's still gonna fold and let Ridge have his way. I don't know. We'll see how Taylor and Deacon go.
But that's the thing. If I mean, yes, will he try? Oh, I agree with you. He will try. But I think he is going to be handed his ass and told to go sit down, because the thing is, Taylor is not his wife. She is not his wife. She is not his girlfriend. She is the mother of his children. She is his friend, and she is someone who she has a deep, abiding connection with. But she does not have to live her life to please Ridge Forrester, because if that's the case, any man in LA that Ridge does not like is going to be a problem. If it was Dollar Bill, well, he would do the same exact thing, and it would be just as repulsive.
And because if it was a new man that was never been seen on canvas, he would do the exact same thing.
And it would be
Liam did with Steffi.
And it would be repulsive in any circumstance for the woman in question to cave to that kind of behavior, because that's Ridge Forrester trying to set himself up a harem where he keeps the blonde in Beverly Hills, but he can still run around and control the life of the brunette in Malibu. Ridiculous. I wouldn't have tolerated that with Liam when it came down to Steffi trying to finally move forward when Finn came into the picture, and I certainly ain't down for none of those kind of shenanigans of them having Taylor cave to his BS, because that means Taylor will never have anything that is not Ridge Forrester, even if it is a new guy.
Yeah. We don't expect Taylor. I don't know what to expect anymore. Krista Allen said in her IG live that, Taylor doesn't get that kind of writing. So it sounds like she's letting it be known, that Taylor is not going to get that kind of, it doesn't look like Taylor's going to get the kind of writing that Steffi and Finn got, regardless with whether it's Deacon Bill or somebody.
Well, yeah. I think Taylor is probably going to tell Ridge he need to back up off her and mind some of his business. Do I think she going to kick him out of her life or anything melodramatic like that? Obviously not. But I don't think that she's going to end her association with Deacon, whatever it has come to, because Ridge is displeased. Because his reasons for being displeased don't have anything to actually do with her.
Just the fact that he hates Deacon is enough. Ridge is the most selfish person in the world. It doesn't have
Exactly.
anything to do with her. He
And
hates
that's
Deacon, and he doesn't want Deacon around anybody that he cares about.
And that's the thing. He doesn't get to make that call though.
No, he
He
doesn't.
made that decision. He made it known to Brooke, and Brooke has agreed to abide by that because he is her husband. But the rest of LA and every person that has an intimate connection with Ridge Forrester does not have to toe that line because Deacon and Taylor don't have that type of a they don't have there's no history on the paper to justify anything he says about Deacon. Like case in point, the foolishness from yesterday when he was all up in Hope's face about, well, maybe your dad knows where Sheila is. Well, point in fact, Deacon doesn't know any more about Sheila than anybody else. He really doesn't. He absolutely doesn't know anything. He's not hiding nothing. He ain't seen Sheila since she went to the pokey. But Ridge is so prejudicial against Deacon in every shape, way, or form. As far as he's concerned, he was ready to name Deacon as a damn co-conspirator for Sheila long before he was ready to even consider the security guard and realize he was Mike Guthrie. And all for the stupidest of reasons because Deacon was friendly with Sheila. Yeah, so was Taylor. So does that mean Taylor is her co-conspirator? No. But Ridge has no objectivity when it comes to Deacon. That's why his opinion about him, as far as it relates to anything outside of his marriage, really don't mean a damn thing. It shouldn't mean a damn thing to anybody.
Can y'all hear me?
I can now, couldn't
Oh,
before.
okay. I was talking and nobody was responding. So I guess when I leave my page, y'all can't hear me. That's crazy. I don't like using this on the phone, but anywho, yeah. Um, yeah, this is a mess because we
It
still
is.
have Taylor and Ridge going to be in Monaco. So while we talking, I have been wondering if because sometimes we can jump the gun and just be way ahead of ourselves. Because
Mm.
we're gonna
Plus,
get
we write. Plus, the truth is, we write better than the show does anyway. So,
exactly, and so I think that's where I'm going right now. We could while we talking, we do know that the next big thing for Taylor and Ridge is that they're going to be in Monte Carlo or whatever for Steffi. They could very well cross some kind of line and come back with a secret that Taylor confides in Deacon in. See,
that's
now that kind
possible.
of shit would be up my alley.
Now, and that's very possible because um, Deacon and Brooke obviously are going to be home in LA because there is no reputable reason for either one of them to be in on the Monaco trip since that's strictly centered around Steffi. So it is possible that with everything going on, this entire mess with Steffi, then this stuff with Finn, because we're still not 100% clear on how um Finn is going to get from LA to Monaco and the circumstances that with
Right.
all of that madness going on. Now, why the hell is Country Crock $10.15 for that? You know what? I'm gonna stop looking at prices in the grocery store because they upset me. Anyway,
Are you in the grocery store now?
no, I'm not in the grocery store. I
Oh,
was
you
doing
shopping online?
no, yeah, I was doing a pickup order on my cell phone while I was doing this, and I'm looking at this. I'm like, you know what? Bump yo. I went to the store earlier today, not to get off topic. I went to the store earlier today just to pick up like three things that I forgot to get over the weekend. And one of which was eggs, because hell yeah, we always need eggs. Man, an 18 count of large eggs was almost $6. I was like,
Yes, yes, ma'am. I was waiting for you to say it because I eat eggs like nobody's business. And you know how they sell the 2 18 packs? They used to sell in
mm-hmm,
all the Walmarts like 2 18 packs strapped together.
mm-hmm,
And that 2 18 pack used to be like $3 and some change or whatever. And
mm-hmm.
now that same 2 18 packs is $6. I'm just like, wait a minute. So I was just like, I since I eat so many eggs, I went ahead and got the whole box of 60 eggs for like 10. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
like
I
the little
can't.
flat.
It's actually one, two. two or three slats in there. It's like 60 eggs in there because I can literally eat them that fast.
I'm
And yeah,
apparently I'm gonna
groceries
have to
is
switch to the
insane.
whole thing. I'm gonna have to
No,
switch to the same thing because we're the 18 is not cutting it anymore.
no, it's not. It's too costly. It's too costly. So I got the whole 60. And what else? Everything is more expensive when you go in there for food. Literally, I don't even buy meat as much anymore.
Do
And
you
my
guys have
grocery
an
bill,
Aldi where you live?
what happened? Yes, they do have an Aldi. And my Aldi, so basically the only thing I really care about getting out of Aldi is for the fresh fruits and vegetables anyway. That's it.
Mhm.
I don't really care for Aldi for anything else.
Their eggs are cheap too, though. You were saying that you got 6 dozen eggs for $10.
Yeah, it was 60 eggs. It's 60 eggs in the box for $10 from Sam's. I'm sorry, Walmart.
So I think you can probably get them about as cheap as Aldi too. I go to Aldi for other stuff that they
I
have.
like their fruit. Yeah, I go for their fruit. Some people say they
They do
don't
have
like
a
it.
good dairy section.
They do, but and people say they don't like it. It's not fresh enough. Maybe if they use the Publix, it might not be for them. But it's always been fresh enough for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with their produce department. I've gotten stuff from there before and it's been fine, but I've gotten stuff from there before that's made me say, well, damn it, I should have just went to Publix. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to save $1. Do it look good? Okay, I'll do it. I usually try to get, you know what, somebody needs a timeout. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I know that one right there.
Okay.
Acting like he got an issue.
He sure do.
She has been on 10 for 2 days. So it's time for her to take a lay down. I'll be
Yeah.
right.
Darling. Yeah, I know it's crazy how groceries have gotten expensive. I don't
I
even
mean,
buy at the rate I used to anymore. I swear to God.
well, and that's the cracked out part is that the thing is, I was like, eggs always was a good protein alternative if meat was too expensive. And because, no matter what your money was looking like, you could always afford some eggs.
You breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and you can do it many different ways. So yes, I buy eggs like that. Go on.
Exactly. So I saw that. I was like, ain't this? I said, now, if I didn't know there was only 4 eggs left in that damn refrigerator, I would have left them eggs right there and went
Exactly.
and found me a better deal somewhere else. But I knew we were almost out. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look into this. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Normally, I don't bother with. We have both Sam's and Costco down here, and I've never bought like the big thing of eggs from Sam's before. But I might have to go price check that and see what's what, because I'm like, nah. See, we ain't gonna be doing this 18 carton mess because I'm not rich. I need
Right,
my.
especially for eggs. And my son and daughter-in-law have been staying with me for a couple of months, and I actually have been enjoying it. So it works out for all of us because we all will go in there and boil 6 eggs and eat eggs for like snacks for a couple of days. So
See, and that's the thing, because that's what I mean. Whether you're making an omelet, whether you're scrambling them, whether you're because in my family people love chicken or tuna salad, and they always want an egg in there, or they always want to dice up an egg and put it in in a salad if they're eating that. So eggs have and people boil eggs and use them as snack. Eggs have a lot of uses. So
and
yeah,
it's a primary source of protein. So if you don't eat a
exactly.
lot of meat, you're gonna get your protein with your eggs.
So I'm sitting over here going, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look into. Basically, I
Yeah,
made a note to
but you
myself.
darling, what you're
I'm
gonna
gonna have
have
to
to do
look.
is look into getting the damn chicken.
Don't even say that. You know why? Because that's exactly what my brother told me when I told him the same. I told him about the price of eggs. He said, "Well, we can get a chicken, and you can just go ahead and you can be the one to take care of it because I ain't got no time for that." I said,
Chickens
"Look,
take care of themselves practically. My uncle has chickens. And
I
yes, my
told
cousins go out in the morning and they lift up the hen and they take a nice warm egg from underneath her and take it in the kitchen and boil it.
I said, look, I said, look, we're the cityfied branch of the family. Okay, that's our cousins in the country that could deal with eggs and chickens and all of this other business. I'm like, I'm not. I don't know the first thing about a chicken.
Well, my cousin Show told me about it. She showed me about it
Hmm.
and
Well, at this
demonstrated it and ate the egg.
Well, at this point, I'm like, oh no. I was like, at this point, I don't know. I may have to try to consider getting setting up a hen house in the backyard. At this rate, if the prices don't start going down eventually, because yeah, this ain't gonna fly.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm.
Yes, ma'am. Sure hated to go off on that rant, but I had to join in and agree in 100% solidarity with you on the cost of food. And as I open and close my refrigerator, I've been eating more fruits and at this time in my life, fruits and vegetables because of affordability, not just because of mindset, but because of affordability. It's a good thing
Hmm.
that food has gotten so expensive that I must at this point add fresh vegetables that I have to 100% prepare to to actually be able to eat healthy and be able to afford anything. Like my daughter and son-in-law, they like carnivores, so they just can't stand the fact that I don't buy meat.
Well, look, as far as I'm concerned, meat is the price of meat. If it's not on sale these days, because it's a twofold thing. One, you can't buy meat from everybody's store because I'm sorry, there are certain stores I will not buy meat from under any circumstance. Then on top of that, I have to wait for them to actually have a reputable sale that makes me feel like I'm not being robbed. Because the price that they want for some of this meat, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not paying you all of that for 6 pieces of
A
chicken
chicken
because
wings.
that's
It's
not
right.
going. Oh, I
It's
have
like
not had a chicken
insane
wing. I can't tell you the last time I had a chicken wing because of the price of the
of
price
chicken
they
wings.
have.
It's
Mm-mm.
insane. You can't go into a store and just like reasonably pick up a pack of chicken wings that you want to cut up and just fry at home. It's like it's cheaper sometimes to go ahead and order the wings at the cost of chicken wings at the store. It's crazy. But I
Exactly.
digress.
It's at the point where you going through Wing Zone or somebody is actually the cheaper of the two options than you trying to cook it yourself.
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
Exactly. It's crazy. So yeah, food, the price of food will distract you from what you're doing and make you rethink your diet.
Exactly. Whole plan got threw out the window because I'm like, okay, no, we're not doing that. But back
Yes.
to the topic, I do think that there is a good chance that something is going to happen during the trip to Monaco. Not necessarily them sleeping together or anything like that, but
Right.
I think whatever ends up happening at the end of the day, I feel like, how do I put it? That whatever Ridge has convinced himself of when it comes down to him and Brooke and their marriage, I
Uh-huh.
think him being in Monaco with Taylor is going to put some of that into question.
Correct. We on the same page. Carry on.
Hmm. He is going to, that's going to put it into question because he, at this point, it's like he's set his course, he's decided, and it's going to be whatever the hell it's going to be. He's doing this, and that's just that. But I think that as he and Taylor have to spend time together trying to be supportive of Steffi, trying to help their daughter out, and then however the hell this reunion plays out, because obviously the plane may be, they may come out there two people, but obviously the whole cavalcade of them is going to fly home together probably.
Yeah.
That
Well, probably not. Steffi and Finn, I have a suspicion, will stay back in Monaco with the kids to celebrate their anniversary because Steffi and Finn's wedding anniversary is what is it, August? I remember they just got married between August 1st and August 6th or something. That
hmm
first week in August. So I have a suspicion that Finn and Steffi and the kids are going to stay back in Monaco to enjoy that that honeymoon with the kids later that they talked about when they got married.
Well, that actually would be nice. That
I
really.
know. I hope so. I just want nothing but the best for Steffi and Finn because Steffi deserves it after all the years of her being, of all the years of her giving everything to people, but not getting the same in return. I just want nothing but the best for those two.
I know. I really do. Because at this point, it's like, it's like they didn't, and I guess it's partially because of how Sheila was introduced, which though it was great drama, it's like they've just never had really any peace in their marriage post marriage, post getting married, because of the Sheila cloud hanging over their heads.
Yes, it's truly you that's the perfect way to put it because it truly has been a cloud over Steffi's head from the moment Sheila crashed her reception. I mean, we all saw it in the days after that, how the worried look on Steffi's face. She couldn't even go out of town on business, worried about Sheila. So yeah, she's basically been carrying Sheila as a black cloud over her head since the day she married Finn.
Exactly. So I think it'll be nice for them to have, so how, even if it's not on screen, because of course, obviously, we're not gonna get the on-screen squiring of them, hanging around Monaco, having a good old time, etc., etc. Because well, that's just not how the show works. I would love that, but that's just not in it. But yeah, it would be
We
nice
might.
for them.
Y'all don't know. We might get some scenes of Steffi and Finn just in Monaco at beautiful places, like photographs in front of beautiful places. We could. I can
We
imagine.
could. I mean, I would hope that the show would love us enough to give us that, because it's been a hard 3 months for them. It really has.
Yes, they haven't laid eyes on one another since April 1st, and Steffi thinks he's dead. She can't even. This woman loves him so much that she can't get past his death because she knows he's not dead. I think this is one of the tweeters actually broke it down to me that way because I'm like, Steffi is losing her mind. She going crazy at the thought of not being able to be with Finn in the future. And it's like, nah, it's more like she's trying to she's trying to accept his death, but she knows he's not dead. And I'm just like, oh yeah, that does make sense. That's the connection. So that's why Steffi is checking herself in. So yeah, I hope that we do get some nice little scenes, some because they deserve it. I mean, they have had nothing but hell since Sheila showed up. We deserve it.
Exactly. So I would really, really, really like for them to get that. Yeah, but even if we don't, I'm okay with it, just because I know, they got to keep storyline momentum going. And I guess part of it is that I'm trying to picture what our stories are going to be, say, 4 weeks from now. Because 4 weeks from now, this will mostly be resolved to its full conclusion. Steffi and her husband will be reunited. Her family will be put back together. They'll be back in LA together. Sheila will be banished to wherever the hell it is they banish Sheila Carter when they need her to go away for a little while. And I have to think, okay, so the summer's only halfway over, theoretically speaking. So where do we go from here? What happens after Monaco? What are our lead stories once this has gone to conclusion? Because we've wrapped up everything with Quinn and Eric. That marriage is toast. They've moved on to who they're going to move on to. So the only stories that I'm coming up with, based on what's in the tea leaves now, is this conflict with Tridge over Deacon, and then this conflict in Bridge over Taylor and
Whatever happens
Deacon.
in Monaco,
Yeah, and
right?
whatever happens and if something happens in Monaco, that complicates it. So
Right.
there's that for them. Then I'm kind of sort of not sure where we're going with Eric and Quinn and the actual dissolution of their marriage. We could get some popping action if there's an issue over the settlement. We could not. Who knows? Honestly, we what we all hoping for. We wanted to take them to the cleaners. We just don't know if she will.
Yeah. So now coming up story wise, I think we're going to be going into um, Quinn and Eric because what they did, they left it off where okay now Quinn is confronted Donna. The divorce, they mentioned the lawyers. I expect that the lawyers will be coming up next, and I'm trying to figure out too some other tea leaves because there was something else I'm expecting to.
I mean, I think this whole thing with Bill and
Yes,
I'm
there it
in
goes.
this question mark with Lee. I do think that that's something that's gonna be an issue.
Exactly. That's going to give us, girl. That's going to give us some good drama that we wasn't expecting.
That would be nice, just because one, yeah, I think that Bill. First of all, I need Bill to do something other than talk to his ragged ass sons. Okay,
Right,
that's just facts.
right.
That has literally been all he has done for over a calendar year, and I, for one, am thoroughly sick of it.
Did
Yep.
somebody call them the ladies lunch club or the ladies chat or something like that? I giggle. But
I
Spencer,
don't know. Yeah, but they are the Gossip Girls. They definitely the Gossip Girls.
oh, you guys.
Did you get Miss? Did you get Miss Fussy under control?
She's crated, but I can't promise she's gonna stay quiet. She has had quite that dog. She's special. She likes a lot of attention, and when she don't get it, she lets you know it. And I'm not here to coddle. Girl, you done been out all day and then had my nerves strung out, and so it's time for me to take a break. But she can sit there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame you, cause Mercy, I was like, some adult pets are high maintenance, and she certainly sounds like she's high maintenance. Will you be having her back again?
This is her second stay, so she's a repeat client. And I
Oh,
don't mind to keep her. She just needs manners. And I try to work on that with her when she's with me. But a lot of people feel like their dogs are perfect without training, and that is a lie. Your dog is
no
perfect.
more than your child is.
Right. Your dog is perfect because that's what you will put up with, but you have to consider that other people, your dog needs to be properly socialized. So probably when I start blogging about these things, that's what I'm gonna start with is don't think that your dog is gonna act at somebody else's house like he acts when he's at home, because he's not going to. It's a new environment for him and he's nervous. He will probably act very out of character. That's normal because that's what they do. But you can't tell everybody that. And some people, my dog is a perfect angel and he never goes inside the house. As your dog squats and takes a big old dump in the middle of my floor. So yeah, we don't even meet dogs inside the house anymore. It's been a learning experience. I have to say, I've learned a lot. Have y'all talked about Finn getting up out that bed yet?
Not quite, because we talked about a lot of things. We circled around Finn and the circumstances of him and Sheila, but nah, we ain't talked in depth about how he bossed up and got the hell out that bed on them atrophied legs. But we have not.
Thank y'all for waiting on me, because I was like, he said he got up out that bed with his full chest. His will to fight took over, and he said, "For this shit, I'm getting up out this bed. You gonna have to kill me today, honey, because I'm going to my wife."
And he put his paws on her. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, he put his hands
Yes,
on.
he did.
He very forcefully asked her to back the F up off of him and take him to his wife. Now, she should have just went on and listened to her main boo Mike and Richard. She should have listened to Richard and packed her shit and went on and cut her losses. Because Richard just trying to build a life with her. He probably got some land somewhere with some solar panels on it and a well. And all he waiting on is Sheila. He already got chickens. He probably got a cow, maybe a goat or something. He got, leased out. He just waiting on Sheila to come to her senses, which we know never gonna happen. And just run away with him. Mike has been... That man is more faithful than anybody else in Los Angeles. 30-something years.
Besides Finn, you said it right. Whoever put that tweet that said Finn, Mike, and there was one other person.
Charlie.
Thank you. Yep. You said it. You had that right. I walked away from today standing Mike. I'm an absolute Mike stand just because he do anything it takes for the woman that he wants, and that woman is Sheila.
He knows that she is batshit crazy, but he's still like, girl, I just want to make a life with you.
Right.
If you just calm the hell down. I've been trying to tame you for 30 years. If you just calm the hell down, we could have had it. You know what? If you had to calm down, you probably could have had a relationship with Finn.
She might have some more kids.
Honestly, the way the way Mike was talking, he looked like he was 2 steps from telling Sheila, if you had just acted right all them years ago, I could have had you with a parcel of damn churn.
Yeah. You could have had all the babies you wanted to. All the babies. You could have had all the babies. But now it's all down the toilet because they know who Richard is now. We know he's been
Richard Michael Good.
right. He's been skating because he's been using his first name. We didn't in 30 years, we didn't know that Mike's first name was Richard. So
Tricky
he
Dicky.
Richard.
Tricky Dicky has been his name.
My whole damn head turned. I said, what in the government name is this?
His name is Dick. What? Okay.
His name is Tricky Dicky. That's what they call for his name, Richard. That's his name, Tricky Dicky.
I was like, what? Okay. I mean, I'm down with it, though. I have to agree with what you said, Bubbles. If I thought this, if I knew that just going by my middle name would somehow, keep me out of, beating charges and stuff and keep that off my record, I've been living my life wrong.
Girl, right. I'm thinking about changing my name to my middle name right now. Like, who can Mikhail be? That's what I want to know.
I mean, why don't they tell you this stuff? I could have saved myself some trouble in this lifetime if that's all it took. I could have got me some of that PPP money on the false pretenses like a whole bunch of people did.
Girl,
Yeah, the people got to down with that PPP money though.
Shoot.
That PPP money is why things is fucked up now because these people that took that money got to prove that they trying to hire people, so they advertising jobs they ain't got and they ain't hiring people because they got to look like they trying to make good on it. You ain't want that smoke, darling. You ain't want none of that. That money was.
I know. That was the first thing I told several people of my acquaintance who I know live on a sketchy life. I said, don't apply for that. Don't even think about it. I said, but they basically saying it's free money. I said, when they audit it, it's gonna be anything but free. It's supposed to be a grant for specific things. Don't fool with it.
Right, because they ain't asking you for proof now, but they coming for receipts in a minute. And if you don't have no receipts, guess what?
You owe that money back.
You don't have to pay those people that money, and now you out here fucking with people's lives talking about we hire and inquire within, but knowing that sign is on it up there because you trying to get past the man.
Exactly. And acting like they're not gonna get caught. So no, I'm gonna put you like this. It's gonna be just like how it was down here when they had all that hurricane aid for Hurricane Katrina back in 2005. It may have taken 5 or 10 years for them to catch up with the people who defrauded the system, but they did. They caught up with people trying to get assistance for houses where there was empty lots and never was a house to begin with. It took them 10 years to catch them, but they caught up with them. It's gonna be the same thing with this mess.
Mm-hmm. That's come out don't mess with their money either.
No, and it's not worth it. Not at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so of course Baker looks like a complete incompetent, which apparently that must just be the whole. That just all of LA acknowledges Baker as a competent. You had the Spencer boys doing it at lunch yesterday, and now you done got to the point where you got Liam and Hope even saying it, and I'm like, okay, so this just must be facts now. Y'all got everybody saying this, so everybody knows.
What was they saying?
Well, they were talking about how, because basically the way Ridge was coming at this today, and he's not wrong. He basically was coming at it from the point of, look, apparently we're gonna have to crack this damn case ourselves, because the cops ain't cracking nothing. And more or less, Hope was telling Liam about what Brooke and Ridge were talking about, and Liam was like, "Oh well, good luck with something about how well." They know that Lieutenant Baker is looking for the information, and Liam basically said, "Oh well, good luck with that." Baker could get that smoke from everybody in LA, including the Spencer boys. So I'm like, oh, that just means you really is not a good detective of any shape, way, or form. Poor Mr. Baker. I'm sorry, Lieutenant Hot Dog, but
you know what though?
You ain't hitting it.
Lieutenant Hot Dog looks good. I literally noticed today that Lieutenant Hot Dog has lost half his weight.
He has.
Yes, he has.
I saw that today too.
Lieutenant Hot Dog has been working the fuck out. Lieutenant Hot Dog look good.
I think
it's
a health issue.
% of his weight. I mean, he looks like half the person.
I think
Girl,
he was dealing with it.
um, he's been around a long time, and I'm embarrassed that I don't know his real name because he auditioned for me one time. He's one of the nicest people. But today, when he was standing there next to Ridge, I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
Somebody is eating keto.
Yes, yes, he looks good. I'm glad. I'm so happy to see that he's taking care of himself because being overweight, you know what I'm saying, with the
Well, men don't
cholesterol
take care
and
of themselves.
Well, a
right.
quick trip through Google says that the real name is Dan Baker.
Yes,
I mean, excuse me, Dan Martin. Martin.
Dan Martin. I think I still have his headshot and his actor's resume. You know, I don't throw shit away, but I probably got that somewhere needing to be thrown away.
Mhm.
And when we say a minute, he been reoccurring as an officer on Bold and the Beautiful since '97. So yeah, it's been a while.
He
Exactly.
started out as just a beat cop, if I'm not mistaken.
He
First
did.
of
Yeah.
all,
He was only promoted to lieutenant around the time of the accident.
yeah, but he's a different something now. He's not even he was
He's a deputy. I think he's a deputy chief or something.
yeah, he's deputy chief now.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's got another promotion, and he should. He is literally the Abe Carver of Bold and the Beautiful.
Yep, I would say so too, Bubbles.
He is
I would say
our
so
Abe
too.
Carter, and I think we need to start giving that man the same respect that we give James Reynolds. Because James Reynolds has been on Days of Our Lives 30, 47 years. And
True.
and Mr. Martin over here has been on Bold and the Beautiful for about 37 years. He is our Abe Carter. He is our law and order. That's our Popo.
True
And,
that.
and he all we got, y'all. He's all we got, except for
I know, because well, you know how it is with Bold. We don't invest in having no regular cast as part of law enforcement. They don't do that in LA. Apparently, they don't apparently need regular cops in LA. So you're right. You're about right about that.
Yes, child. So yeah, I just couldn't get over how good he looked. Happy to see him taking care of himself. That was just something that stood out to me on today's show. Today's show actually made me feel good. I mean, I didn't have a whole lot of complaints. Even the stuff that I didn't care to see, I didn't have really any complaints about it. And Finn, literally, I just love this story because of what it means. Finn is essentially running off right now just pure adrenaline and love. He is just driven to get out of there and take his family from mourning. He is just like, they think I'm dead. That is cruel. He just wants to get out and save his family from grief. I just love this story for everything that it means and everything that it's saying.
I agree, because he's well, for one, he's not wrong, but two, Sheila telling him about what really happened with Lee is going to basically change this. It's going to change the dimensions of what this all means. Because at this point, Finn knows that, okay, Sheila shot me because she was trying to kill my wife, and now she supposedly saved my life and all this other good. But now he's about to find out that Sheila has actually murdered, quote unquote, supposedly murdered his own mother in order to keep him in captivity and to keep control of him. That's going to take this to a whole nother level, because then that's when all the hell going to break loose.
Right, because right now, Finn is this way, and he doesn't even know what Sheila did to Lee. He just knows what Sheila did to Steffi. And he doesn't even know. He don't even know what Sheila did to Steffi, because Sheila has not told him yet that she shot him.
From the way that he has said it, I get the feeling that he was still conscious after Sheila shot him and after he passed out. So while he may not have seen anything, I think he heard something, because he's brought this up more than once. That's what makes me feel like he feels like he heard something, and that is telling him that Sheila did still try to hurt Steffi after putting a bullet in him.
Exactly, so, but Sheila hasn't confessed to that yet.
No. And honestly, really, I'm waiting to see if she gonna bust loose with that. Cause my thing is, if she gonna bust loose and tell the boy that what she did to pull Lee, then I don't see no reason for her to keep quiet about this.
I think it's all gonna come flooding out. Like she ain't even. Y'all know how Sheila do when
She
she get worked up. She don't never mean to tell what she doing, but then when she get all worked up, she spills every damn thing. And I would have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been for you pesky kids. Like that's Sheila. She gonna sit there and tell Finn, well, I didn't have any choice. Steffi didn't leave me any choice. I had to shoot her too. And then your mama wouldn't leave me alone. So I accidentally drove her off a bridge. All she had, all she had to do was just go get the medicine. But no, she was trying to call the police on me. And I couldn't have that because we didn't even know if you was gonna live, if you was gonna die. And I was just so scared. And I was like, oh, Lee, don't do that. But then she did it. And so I had to kill her. I'm sorry.
Please forgive me, Finn.
She don't have to tell him about. Yeah, she ain't gonna have to be telling him about Steffi. Remember, y'all, he remembers that because he was still alive.
But
So what
he
he
don't
gonna
know
have
if Sheila shot Steffi.
he doesn't know if she made it. So he heard all of that. Remember all the things that kept falling back to him once he was in that bed in that room. But he doesn't know about Lee.
He was still asking, did you hurt my wife? You were trying to shoot Steffi. You were trying to kill Steffi. He does not know that Steffi was shot.
Right, because he knows that he took that bullet because Sheila was trying to shoot Steffi.
Correct. He does
not know when he remembered her making that phone call. So he died. He died as soon as she shot her.
Well, no, I think that Finn heard something, and that is one of the reasons he keeps questioning Sheila about it. He keeps asking, "Did you hurt my wife?"
I think he wants her to just come out and say it because she keep beating around the bush about everything. Like she say stuff so she ain't lying, but she admitting the truth. So it's
Finn
just like
does not know that Sheila shot Steffi.
Okay, well, either one are gonna get her ass knocked out because all it's gonna take is just one. By the time she try to confess about the second one, she better hope she ain't in the ER.
So yeah, I have a suspicion Sheila is not gonna tell Finn that she shot. I think that she's gonna be smart enough not to say that because I think that she already knows that would seal her deal. If she don't know now, because she don't know, clearly she don't know.
She gonna know she did that shit on purpose.
Right.
Like I tried to die for her and you still try to kill her?
Exactly. And that's just like Sheila told Thomas what she did, but she's been in this room with Finn all these days. She has not let it slip that she shot Steffi.
No,
that's because she's still sitting up here trying to claim accident status, which we all know is bullshit. Because she's ridden that horse to the ground. Finn, I didn't mean to shoot you. It was an accident. But the thing is, so she is not willing to cop to, at least not to Finn, to any kind of damage that she did that was deliberate. But once she opened up her mouth about Lee, that was deliberate. Okay, you don't just accidentally run nobody up into no damn water.
And it was more deliberate than Lee. Because Sheila, because using a car to do something, you can say that I didn't mean to kill her, but I did mean to stop her. But she meant to shoot Steffi in the damn face. She meant that.
And I think part of what's gonna happen is once she tells him what happened to Lee, especially if she cops to the part where Lee was gonna rat me out to the cops and I chased her, etc., etc. I think Finn is really gonna lose his shit because he's really gonna start to wonder if Steffi actually is okay. Sheila's been saying it,
exactly.
But it's gonna be like,
I want to talk to her today. I ain't no more. I know now, right now.
He does.
I don't blame him because first of all, he know his egg donor because yes, Finn was right to check that Sheila, not my damn mama Mike. No, we is not calling this heifer my mom. She the donor. I was like, go ahead, Finn. Nobody ain't trying to hear nothing about this mama business. Nope. So I think because one thing is the way that she's saying you just need to stay here and recuperate. I think the first thing Finn's head is gonna pop to once this mess about Lee comes out is that well the whole reason you don't want to call my family is because you killed my wife, didn't you? I really think Finn is gonna assume that she did something to Steffi and Steffi is not all right
Well,
because
he keeps what Sheila has maintained
Mm-hmm.
that Steffi's fine, the kids are fine, they're on vacation. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So Finn definitely doesn't trust Sheila. That's why he keeps asking to talk to Steffi. I mean, he literally is just like, pick up the phone, give me the phone, like.
Right. He
So
was like,
Finn
just give
don't
me
know.
your
He
phone.
could have stayed in the bed. He would have been like, "Let me just talk to her. I'll stay here. Just let
He
me
did.
call
He
my
did. He
wife."
said, "Give me the phone." Sheila
Yeah.
said, "I love you," and he said, "Well, give me the phone."
Yeah.
Literally.
he
Well,
was.
give me the
Oh
phone.
wait, and can I just say that Tanner and his dry humor about this shit was so funny today when she was like, "Well, it's not like she got you tracked here." Yes, she does. Yes, she does. I'm trapped in this bed. He's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, I'm not. Yes, I am trapped here, bro. I'm trapped here. Come on,
Can
don't
we
play me.
all agree that next year Tanner is going to win his first nomination and Emmy?
If he does not win the Emmy, and y'all know we watching all the other soaps right now.
Mm-hmm.
If they put him in support, this is a lead.
This is
Sure is.
no.
Sure is.
This is lead. But if they put him in supporting, I don't see anybody in supporting that's doing anything right now that can compete with what Finn is doing. If they put him in lead, I can't think of anybody in lead right now that can shut him down. Like, let's just go through it right now. So, Days of Our Lives, that might be the contender. Because I don't really watch Days, I don't make time for it. I really
I
can't.
guess Abby's death within Chad. That there might be some competition there.
Chad's performance.
Yes, that if he don't submit for leading, I would be surprised.
Is anybody else over there even looking like they might need to be submit? Because Tanner just looks like he just needs to go and send his stuff tomorrow. Is it anybody
Yeah.
else that look like they need to send their stuff tomorrow?
No.
Nicholas
Not-
Chavez over at GH.
We ain't got the
Nicholas
GH
Chavez.
yet though. We ain't got this yet. We
No,
gonna go.
not
So
on days. Not really.
nobody else on Days. Okay, so we're gonna skip Bo because ain't nobody else over there contending with him.
No, not at all.
Nicholas
all.
Chavez, as supporting, yeah, Spencer's been doing okay.
Nicholas Chavez is killing that shit, and he needs to submit in lead as well. He does not need to submit in younger. He does not need to submit in support. That young man needs to submit in lead.
Yeah, he's doing great things, and I don't like what they're doing with younger now because they mix the males and the
And
females.
the females,
It's so
I don't
unfair.
care for that.
It's so
I don't care for
unfair.
that at all.
I don't like
Too younger.
And I don't like what they did with guests either because some of the people that they had nominated for guests, we thought that they was characters like
like Silas.
Yeah,
like Silas and
Ted King was in that category too, wasn't he?
I know he was, and so was
And
the
I'm like,
character, the guy.
I don't really understand what the hell is the qualifier to make you a guest, a certain number of screen hours or what?
Probably in that year. Probably in that year.
Amaya
because-
said guess is 12 episodes.
Yeah.
So
Guess episodes.
yeah.
I figured it was something like that. I was like,
heard that
I couldn't
before.
hear. I don't understand what y'all saying about the episodes.
It's 12 episodes. If you shoot 12 episodes, you a guest. That's the qualifier.
Okay, 12 or less. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay, I wonder.
So that
So
tells
that's
us
crazy.
Yeah.
Because Gossett and Silas, I know for a fact was in more than 12. Because I can't say about Gossett, the one that plays Marshall on GH. He might have only had 12 because in the beginning he wasn't getting a lot of airtime. But Silas, his ass was on almost every day. I don't see how he was a guest. Was he a guest or support?
Okay, so I thought he was in. Let's see. Supporting.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. But Gossett was a guest, but Gossett he got most of his hours his episodes in this year.
Amaya
But
said
yeah,
that's
so to
for
keep it
12
real with you,
episodes and no contract. So maybe he did just about 12 and he didn't have any contract.
maybe.
And
Um,
something about the character has to like premiere in the year of. Like you can't pop up and say you a guest star,
Right.
but you've been in the
Back
background
and
for like
forth.
10
Hmm.
years or something. That wouldn't make no sense.
right.
Right.
So
Like Bridget character played by Ashley is not a guest.
right, never.
No, mm-mm. No, she
So
no.
so right now, Tanner has so much material. Tanner has so much material that he can put in an Emmy reel right now, and we excuse me, we haven't even got to the romance, and that's exactly where Tanner does shine, just naturally. It's just something that you can't take from him. He just fits. He just fits as a romantic lead. The way he looks and stares into the character's face, and the warmth and the way he talks. I mean, he does the romance for me. So right now he's got enough for the real, but just wait until he starts pouring on his charm.
Not to mention today, I was up here like, okay, I see you, bro. I see you. He was using that calm, placid doctor voice when he was trying to get Mike to
Mike.
agree to turn on
Yes.
Sheila. I
Yes.
was like,
That was my favorite part, darling.
I was like, oh, where you came from with that voice, Finn? I see
I
what you're
loved
doing.
it.
So
I
did
so
I.
loved it.
I was
Oh,
like, oh,
it was a beautiful thing to watch his mind work Mike. I'm just like, he's getting into Mike's head. I love this.
I mean, well, that's the thing. This is really a case of him trying to work out the situation as fast as humanly possible to try to get himself out of his situation. So, trying to understand Mike and his connection to Sheila and that whole dynamic, he came at it from the right point of view, which is that you about to torpedo your whole universe for this woman over this crazy mess. And even and you see how she talking. She talking about how after I get better, she'll reunite with my family. What the hell gonna happen then?
Right.
What you think gonna happen then? Y'all just gonna run away? Come on,
Right.
man.
I like the way
Be
he said
real.
Mike's name when he was just like, yeah, something. Mike, right? And Mike was like,
Hmm.
oh, maybe I shouldn't have wore the uniform. Child, Mike
Okay.
raised up.
Here's the thing, and I'm glad you brought that up because two things. One, apparently Mike was much more proficient at this jailbreak than I would have originally given him credit for because the cops officially have nothing. Baker confirmed that. They don't have nothing about the actual jailbreak, just that it happened. So Mike actually did a good job there. But then on the back end, first he's showing up at the safe house in his actual prison
Work
uniform.
uniform. Right.
Then he listened to Sheila's stupid self when she wanted to call Lee's phone with his phone yesterday. Bro, why?
Yeah, that's clearly to come back because that was too stupid for words.
Exactly. Even if Lee
Especially
didn't
knowing
pick
he in law enforcement.
exactly, even if Lee did not pick up the call records, though they are a thing. They show incoming and outgoing calls. They can show who tried to call you, even if she never picked up the phone call. So it's
Even if
like,
they never find the phone.
right. So I'm like, why would you create that tangible connection between Mike and Lee, who don't know each other, have nothing to do with each other, and Lee has no reason Mike has no reason under the sun to be trying to reach out to Lee Finnegan.
So since that was too stupid for words,
Mm.
I have concluded that it's got to come back for a reason. And so this is my only thing. I think we all discussed this earlier on when Mike Guthrie first showed his face. Mike has been helping Sheila all these years, and he's always never been caught.
Right,
And
because
so,
he's been Richard.
huh?
Richard doesn't get caught.
Well, Mike never got caught
Right.
either. So that's what I'm saying. At this point, for them to make literally provide evidence that Mike to connect Mike with Lee, maybe that is intentional to come back around. So when Sheila does go missing, so does Mike. Mike may go missing as well. So Mike has been away all this time, just suspecting, probably pulling cons, but still floating above the law because he never went to jail for nothing.
You
So
know
now at this point, when he leaves, he's going to this time leave on the run with Sheila. And so when he does resurface, of course, it's probably going to be with Sheila or resurface to help Sheila again.
I think as much as Mike loves Sheila, I do not believe he's going to risk his law enforcement career. Because how else is he going to take care of them when they go on the run? He gonna need another alias to pull off being
Girl,
because she
maybe they gonna live off of Sheila divorce money because she been getting her money from somewhere.
She did say that she invested her alimony money well, and that she bought Bitcoin early on when it was just 10 cents per share. She said she bought up all the Bitcoin that she could afford at the time, and now she's a Bitcoinier, Bitcoin billionaire.
Kimberly Brown is hilarious.
Isn't she the best? She
You know
is a gem.
But she made a plausible reason as to why Sheila has money for things, but she ain't got a job. Like this woman is staying at a hotel 6 months and ain't got a job. Who working her? No, who? Nobody.
We had all been talking about that. How's she staying up in here?
Yeah, you would think that.
Girl, she said I have invested the money well that I got from my husband's, and I bought Bitcoin and I played the stock market, and Sheila's smart with her money, and so I've just been living off of the interest and dividends. And I'm like, now see, that's some cold ass shit. Like that's really thinking and developing your character to the point where if somebody was to walk up to you in the grocery store and ask you a question about your character, you got that like laid. Like she just gave that explanation. Like that's really, like I could really see Sheila sitting down somewhere and watching videos and reading blogs and learning about NFTs and Bitcoins and all of that because she can't work. She'll never be a nurse again. She has to find a way to make money that's low profile where she's not being out obvious all the time. Like people need to be able to say, oh, well, this person has made all this money. We've never even seen them and they're a millionaire, because you don't need to be seen to make money. She ain't working retail. She's out here making money the smart way.
Did you see what Amaya put down there?
Hold on, let me go. Amaya trying to drag me. My reason was Sheila was doing something.
Sheila.
It's so strange for a little bit of change.
She's strange, and he likes it.
Oh, and SB Ryder did put that using cell phone towers, police could track the location of the original call to Sheila's house of misery. Maybe that's how Finn ends up freed. I swear, if the
police don't track the call from. Because if they already got Mike as a person of interest, they already should be checking his phone, and they
should.
He called Lee. And
if Mike is a person of interest, his ass ought to not still be at the jail holding keys.
Correct.
It's
correct.
just
correct.
Yeah, they slipping hard on that one.
He was running the shift that night.
Right. Richard got the keys. Richard is the head guard who was on duty that night, and Richard has been tied to Sheila in the past.
What she said.
Exactly. So the fact that he's still employed, even if they didn't want to fire him, he would at least be on leave. Goodness.
I put a pretty lengthy tweet out today on Twitter about that. If you a person of interest, you could be a suspect, or you could be somebody that they think has information that can be helpful, period. And everything and all encompassing of that. If you a suspect, the police have the right to take you downtown and hold you for questioning for 24 hours. You do have a right to make a phone call. You can call an attorney, and you ain't got to corroborate. But they can keep you there for 24 hours. After 24 hours, they either going to charge you or they going to release you. If you ain't told him a damn thing, you're gonna get released. At that point, if Mike is smart, he's going to go and make his escape and his getaway.
He should know that by now. He really should know that I mean, walk. I'm hoping he's given due consideration to Finn's offer, because after walking into that interrogation room to see Ridge and Brooke freaking Forrester sitting up in there after they ain't seen you in a cow's age. And you, they ain't been a figment on your mind or vice versa, but they came to see you today, bruh. If the jig is not up, it damn near is. You need to get out.
Right. And so for them to tie him to Lee's phone on purpose, the show tied. Why didn't Sheila use her own phone to call Lee?
Exactly. Or at
So
the
they
very
went out of
least,
their
you
way.
gonna try to tell me Sheila don't have a burner phone by now?
Exactly.
Why
Exactly.
Mike ain't got her no cricket phone?
That's my point. And why would
Hello,
Mike even give
something.
her? Why would Mike give Sheila his damn phone? He's a police. He is in law enforcement. She is committing a felony right now.
Girl,
he is an accessory. Why would he even let her hold his phone to call anybody?
He could have went right to
they
Target
looking
and
for
got
her.
one of them senior citizen phones.
What?
I said he could have went to Target and got one of them senior citizen false cellular phones.
Well, he had just got back with the damn medicine.
Exactly. That could have been one of his main purchases. While he's sitting up there buying barbiturates and buying tranquilizer.
Did you bring everything? I'm sitting like, bro, you robbing the pharmacy at work. That's the thing. Here's the thing. If you commit a crime and you manage to actually get away with it and not get caught, Mike is doing all the you don't do after you've gotten away with a crime that will get you caught.
Girl, because he in love. He ain't thinking right. He's just trying to get Sheila to come. And you know, who knew that this would be a love story for Sheila? Like, that's really what I'm pulling out of this.
Me too, Bubbles. That's what I keep saying. At this point, it is a question mark whether or not Mike helps Finn. We had already pinned Mike helping Finn, but at this point, I can't say that. Mike might go on the run with Sheila.
I really believe that Mike is going to, I believe that Richard is going to let Finn free because Mike is in love with Sheila. And at the end of the day, if he can get her out and they can escape the police and all that together, like Reed said, he'll Bunny and Clyde it for Sheila. But yeah, he's gonna let his stepson go. Because he realizes his wife is bad shit. Y'all, I'm sitting there watching this today and I'm like, my God, this is the family that Sheila has created for Finn. She finally got the baby she's been trying to get all these years. She has a man in her life, a proxy husband. She has a proxy husband who will do anything for her. And Finn is the only other man on this show who will do anything for Steffi. I can't see Liam making those kind of promises.
Oh, hell no. No.
He'll make promises, but he won't follow through. He's good at making promises.
Yeah, he'll
made all the promises on his son. Exactly. He's promised much. He just hasn't followed through with anything.
But today, my little head got to comparing the lengths that Finn will go through to get back to Steffi to the lengths that Mike will go through to make Sheila happy. Even though he knows she is breaking the law and is a full-on kidnapping, holding people hostage felon, this man is still willing to give his all to make her happy. It's a double.
I told you I left today's show standing Mike. At today's show, I left the show standing Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, what if it's a real wild thought? What if Mike take one of them damn syringes and sedate Sheila
and take her off?
Take her crazy ass out. You know what? That will work.
And get away.
That gets her off the canvas, and she to come back later. If Mike does that, that's a good idea, Can.
I think
that is.
I love it. He actually sedate Sheila, throw her in the damn car and drive her ass across to Canada so they could be together.
Yep.
Lock her
Stop
ass
at
up somewhere
Walgreens
for a
on the
little
way.
while. But for
Yeah,
good
stop at
measure.
Walgreens.
All hell gonna be let loose.
You're gonna stop at Walgreens on the way and get a box of
Man.
red hair dye.
Ooh. He gonna tell Mike,
Sheila wake
you
up with
better
red hair.
take me to them. Mike, you better take me where they at, because Mike know everything. Mike gonna know they in Monte Carlo. I know where they at. Okay, don't kill me, Sheila. I know where they at.
Mike better not. I know damn well if Richard Michael Guthrie is crazy enough to go and sedate the wild animal that he been chasing after all these years, he damn sure better have her ass handcuffed when she wake the hell up and come out from whatever the hell he give her.
Yes, honey. He better be prepared to take in that venom, cause that snake gonna bite. She
Yes.
gonna bite. That's
But
why I
she-
said
but
he's
she
gonna
gonna
have to have
appreciate
something up his sleeve. He gonna have to have something up his sleeve that's gonna tame all that fury that's gonna come from her.
But he's
He
not
got that
gonna
red
go
wig
away
waiting
and
on her.
recoup and come back. I mean, that's it.
Mike gonna have Sheila on a farm in a red wig, y'all. She gonna wake up and her hair gonna be dyed red, and Mike gonna be. I knew it would look great on you, girl. The kids are being kidnapped.
Oh God, we're gonna stop calling Mike Morgan. We're gonna start calling him Morgan in a minute then.
Hey, listen, guys. This is even so. We just going on a walk on the wild side right now.
Yes,
Of course.
What would be wild is if Mike indeed did all that, tranked Sheila, throwed her in the car, stopped the Walgreens, bought a box of red dye, took her to Canada, and she's wakes up on some farm in Canada with red hair, dressed up like God knows what, and right now has Sheila keeping her hostage, living out his fantasy. The show literally end on Mike closing the door on a handcuffed and hair dyed Sheila.
That would be the best.
That would be some damn symmetry. I tell you that much.
It sure the hell would be.
That would be the most epic thing that they have ever done on this show. Like, if they did that, I could close my eyes and die happy with this show.
And and guess what? Even furthermore, once Mike does really come all the way out and show Sheila all his crazy, she will finally fall back and she will finally fall in love with him.
Right, because
Sheila and Mike can truly become Bold and Beautiful's Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Wrecking stuff. Like, I want them to be the drama every, like Brooke and Ridge break up every year. I want Mike and Sheila to be the drama every 5 to 7 years.
You know, not that far
off.
Maybe every 2 years.
Right, exactly. Because Sheila is Finn's bio mom. If that's gonna stick, Sheila must be and always will be a part of their angst. So she needs to be recurring, and I need it.
Yeah, I do too.
And Bold
she brought way too much to this show.
Bold needs Sheila. Bold needs that villain that is a perpetual villain. And if they pair her with Mike, because this is the show of triangles and always something love, it does make fucking sense that Sheila has a love. Mike is basically proving it now. We all say it today. Everybody is agreeing. Mike loves Sheila. He's a ride or die. He's a goddamn keeper. He's on the level of Finn. Yes. Why not keep Mike on the background with Sheila? Let's have this real twisted. He got her captive now, and she falls in love with him, and they come back to get their baby. Mike gonna do anything Sheila want. If Sheila want her baby Finn or her grandbaby Hayes, Mike is right there with her.
Yep.
Right.
She gonna be happy if I go get the baby. So he gonna go.
He
gonna go get that.
Yeah, this is what I mean when I say that we're better writers than the damn show.
My wife wants to see her grandson, so we're going to take a trip to California,
You
just
know why?
like normal people.
You know why that is, darling?
Hmm.
Because we communicate with each other. We in touch with each other. We are fans. So we in touch with each other. That's why we make a good damn writer for the show, because we all know what we like to see. And we all know what will entertain us and make the show better. They don't.
Exactly.
Stuck in a damn room somewhere just trying to rewrite shit that happened in the 80s and 90s.
Right, exactly.
I mean, it makes no sense to
That's
kill
what I'm talking
Sheila. They got to put her on ice,
So-
but they should at least do it in a creative way.
Exactly. I mean,
Correct.
so what would
Correct.
I mean? Even if we, people would say, "Well, we would get tired of Sheila." Sure, you would, but you would not get tired of seeing Sheila and Mike living their twisted lifestyle and plotting and scheming against the people that you hate. You would
Yes.
hate to see that. You would love to see that shit.
Yes, sure would. Sure would. Love to see like they build up some type of like cast it down type of family. Just bringing angst to everybody. You get a
That's
little
what I'm
bit.
talking
You get a
about.
little
That
bit.
Bold needs that. Bold needs that perpetual villain like
Yep.
that. The one that's capable of murdering 3 people. You feel me? That's Sheila.
Sure
They
do.
got gold and they not using it to its potential. And now they got Mike in here. This man
Yep.
that adores her already. The
Yep.
history is already there. It's
Yep.
already
Why
there.
not bring in her daughter Mary, who knows that
Mhm.
for Cocoa Puffs, to meet her
Mhm.
brother Finn to say, boy, you don't even know the half of it. I knew this chick growing up, and yeah, she's solidly crazy. So you really should be glad that somebody else adopted you. Because
I
Honey,
think we talked about this
Mom-
earlier. Her daughter with James Warwick, I think should be talked about, and even not even if they cast her yet, but definitely should be at least talked about.
Lord have mercy. Y'all be sitting up here talking about they need to bring a new family on board. What if the new family is Carter? And and it's all her kids and her coming back to haunt everybody in
But
LA.
at this point, the only other child of Sheila's that it makes sense to bring back besides Mary is Diana.
Massimo's. Right.
No, Diana. Yeah, because Diana, oh my God.
Ridge's Ridge half sister.
Right, that's Steffi's auntie. So
Yep.
that right there, the family's already tied. That like Ken said, bring on the Carters. Bring on Sheila Carter's family, Mary and Diane at least, Diana.
Mhm.
And then let her and Mike have this crazy family bond. They're married. They're trying to build their own little nuclear family by, piecing together the kids that she got access to. Very
Right.
limited access to Finn after this, but at least she knows where him and his kids are.
Mhm.
You bring in Mary and Diana to talk about how Fruit Loops their mama was while she was there and how they even came to be. How the hell did she get pregnant by Massimo that damn quick? But
Man, wasn't it?
Well, Courtney Draper is in her 30s and she's still an actor. So if anybody listens to these, give her a call and see if she's interested in reprising her role as Erica Lovejoy.
and if she ain't, we can recast. We got a new Taylor. We can get a new Erica Lovejoy.
For real.
Right, because what we do need is that family built out on Steffi's end of things. You feel me? Steffi is a Forrester, but she's not ever written in any Forrester stories with Eric and her, in the actual Forresters. It's always with Liam and Hope. We need this core family so that Steffi has her own family, just like the Finnegans, Finn's sisters with all that Sheila being Finn's mom makes those people Steffi's people, Steffi's family.
I mean, and also it also puts a different tone on it. There's a whole different tone to not wanting Sheila Carter in your life because she's batshit crazy and she does crazy shit, and then wanting to get to know his half sister, especially since it doesn't look like he has any siblings from Jack and Lee.
No, they
so that
have
would
kids. They never had kids.
She couldn't have kids.
Right, so that's a whole different connotation. So you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Honey child, who knew that Sheila would be?
The way Sheila has been acting about Finn murderous, it's time that we open the door and get a little crack in about those other kids that were born here in LA. James's kid and Massimo's.
That would be
It would be fine with me. if she say that was never Massimo's kid, and she confessed that, everybody already know that, to wash that one away.
That was a crazy flash, and we never got any follow up on it. So it's why you have so many people who be like, I didn't even know that was a thing, because it was literally a moment that if you blinked, you missed it.
Right. I don't remember that storyline at all.
I don't even remember her being pregnant that many times, to be real honest. Like, was these kids born on screen?
Off screen.
Mary Warwick was, because it was the whole thing, because James and Maggie was supposed to be raising her and whatnot. So okay. Yes. But the baby with Massimo, that was just like somebody pulled that out of a hat, like a magician.
Yeah, I see that.
Well, we're going to have to end shortly. Well, now, because it's 9 o'clock. And I appreciate you guys' patience with me. I missed the whole show. But y'all carried on. I'm excited that you did, because y'all are troopers.
Girl, yes, all right. Stuff happens. Life happens.
Yes. And today was a good show today, so yeah.
It was. Sure Finn bossed up and everything and got aggressive, because first of all I was like, oh Lord, my man is on his feet, thank God.
He's out the bed, thank God.
He's out the bed. Finally.
The closer it gets, the more anxious I get. I'm just ready for it. I don't want it to be over, but I'm just ready for him and Steffi to see each other and run into each other's arms.
I hope they don't run into each other's arms. That's been overdone.
Honey, what is that movie? What is that movie? That last movie that Princess Grace did that was in Monaco. Was that but anyway, that's what Steffi, they got her dressing like she's one of the locals.
They have her giving Princess Grace. They do.
Man. Honey, I love it. Especially she had on that
blue and white.
Yes. Ooh, I said, okay, vintage, honey. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That wardrobe department showed up and showed out in Monaco, honey.
It's Monaco. They had to. They have to keep up. They have to keep up with everybody else.
Yeah.
She was there, so she pulled it off very well.
Monaco appears like it's a playground for the rich.
Yeah.
Don't it? Like the French Riviera.
Right. I think it's more expensive than the French Riviera. I think the French Riviera, I think I can afford that. But I looked at Monaco because we was talking about these.
Right.
Going, girl, I can't even afford to look at Monaco on the damn internet, okay?
Exactly.
Look at how many millionaires are they residents per capita.
Monaco is like the place where everybody has a yacht.
Yeah.
So it's rich people land.
Yeah.
That's right.
Even servants in Monaco are rich people. You know, you ain't even got a post servant in Monaco. The servants vacation on the French Riviera when they taking a break from Monaco. That's how I felt, because I was like, oh, I can't even. Y'all, they ain't even got a place near Monaco that I could go to and then like maybe drive to Monaco or take a boat. No, I can't even afford to do that. When I tell you that my computer tried to send me a bill just for looking at pictures, I said, that's okay. That's okay. I'm on over here back in my house on the poor side of Europe. You know,
they don't look like they drive minivans over there. They look like they drive Lamborghinis and everything.
And like she said, this is boat land. I think it's landlocked, isn't it? I mean, did you see everybody's room when they was in Monaco? When they walked out their hotel room, all you saw was ocean and mountains. I didn't.
It's a big old island.
Exactly.
That, and you have a lot of people. They have very low unemployment from what Google is saying, because they have tons of employees who commute between Italy and France.
I've been told
wow.
Because they're like right there.
And so they go to work. They go to work there.
Yeah.
So the peasants go to work in Monaco.
Yeah.
I just tell you, the people when living there that they that the poors were driving to work. Look,
exactly. Because so the people that like you said, the servants that live there, they vacation on the French Riviera.
Yeah, because can you imagine they tipping?
Because
Ooh,
listen,
rich people
when
tipping,
we
girl.
say
Rich
servants,
people.
I
Yeah.
can imagine them having personal chefs for their, to prepare every meal for their entire family.
Yes. I can see
5-star
that.
chefs that used to own their own restaurants before the economy went bad. Probably up in one of those homes, got one of those grandma apartments over the house, and all they do is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, prepare meals for the family. That's it. No snacks and shit. That's on them.
If
And they
you
might have to fend for themselves on Sunday.
if you will look at your screens, I have shared Monaco from Google Earth. And this little part that's on the screen is all that's Monaco. I can't even, like, I would have to literally be one of the poors and be somewhere. Look, it's on the water right here. Yeah, I would have to be one of the poors and come from France.
From Nice.
From Nice. Actually, I have looking for tickets to Nice. It's $908 round trip right now. I could fly to Nice, and then it looks like it would take me a day or two to get to Monaco because look at that. That's quite the distance.
Might be short if you go by boat.
Right.
No, I can't afford the boat though. Remember, I'm one of the poors. If they ain't got water taxis, I'm going.
Girl, I'm about to check and tell you. I guarantee
bet
there
they
is
do.
a ferry. There has to be a ferry running between Nice and Monaco. There's just no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It has to
the poor side of town gonna make sure that it's one so that the poorest can get to work and back. Because the poorest go over there to work, but they come back home to spend that check.
Wait, hold on. I
They
googled
got a
it.
train or
A
something.
train. It's a 30-minute train.
I was about to say they have to be taking the train because look at the A8, this line on the map, whatever that. I don't know if that's a train line or a road, but whatever that is, you
It's
can
like a
drop
major,
off
yeah.
outside of Nice and they'll drop you off right outside of Monaco. Let's see if we can get closer to see with it. Y'all, I want you to know that Google Earth makes me nauseous. Okay, that's an actual interstate.
Yeah, like
what their version of an interstate is. So that's the actual interstate. I'm trying to find the train line because is there train underwater? You know they love putting stuff under the water in Europe.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. According to the train line, they say that's a 22-minute train ride from Nice to Monte Carlo.
Because you know they got the super fast trains and
yeah, they have high-speed rails. We can't get nothing like that here in the States.
For some reason, it just don't exist in the U.S. Crazy, right?
Because they can't do it. We don't have literally the infrastructure here is such shit that they can't do it. They wanted some sort of monorail in Nashville. And the way they were talking about how they would have to tear things up for the construction and how long it'll be out, you might as well drop a bomb on the city and start from fresh rubble because if you got to dig all that up, they're not going to do it.
Ooh, and it's uber cheap, $3.22.
Hell, let me go and buy this ticket to Nice so I
The bus from Nice to Monaco is $3.22 if you have a bus pass.
I can't even get a bus.
Is that U.S. dollars?
Is that euro?
Is that U.S. dollars?
Well, I gotta check because keep in mind the euro just became even with the U.S. dollar. So even if it is euro, it's the same price. Girl, that's cheaper than half the buses in this raggedy country.
You ain't never lied. Around here.
Y'all, can we all start saving money now so we can go as a group trip? Can we do that?
Yeah, we just gotta get there. Everything else seems like it's affordable.
Can we can look for an Airbnb or something somewhere, y'all, for 10 people and split it. Not in Monaco, because they don't do that in Monaco. We're gonna have to go where the
no, them rich people don't need no Airbnb. They do just fine.
They do have Airbnbs in Monaco, but we ain't never gonna be able to do one because that shit is $8,000 a night. So
exactly,
we're gonna have to be over here in France with the poors. I don't mind staying in Nice. The French countryside is nice, like Nice. I think we could pull it off. We just gonna have to start like selling cookies and having bake sales. Y'all start having your yard sales now because
y'all know what though? Bubbles ain't lying. Because think about it, we know for a fact that Bo's going to be going to Monte Carlo every single year.
Mhm.
Yeah, that life.
And it
Yeah,
is a fan
definitely.
It is
They
a
are
fan
big over there, so they always go to that festival.
If it ain't
Exactly.
Monaco, it's gonna be Australia.
Right. And we ain't even got to go next year. Y'all know that? We ain't even got to
Yeah,
Exactly, because we know they go every year, regardless of
for
what
that,
star from the show is going. We know Bold is going.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for that film festival, TV
Exactly.
festival.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't even got to be a poor in Nice. We could be a poor in Milan. Look where Milan is. They got a thing for poor people in Milan too, even though that's a fashion capital. But look at all these little cities around. We can look. Genoa City. We can stay in Genoa. Italy. We can stay
I'm
Dang.
sorry.
in Turin. We can stay in
So,
whatever.
Bubbles, what we should do is allow you, because this is your thing. We should allow you to stop putting together the plan. It could be like you said. It don't have to be this year. It could be next year, and 2 years, and 3 years. It don't matter. Get it together. So it don't take nothing for me to put in $5 into my little savings thing every week. So let's get her done.
Open up your OnlyFans if you don't mind shaking your ass and shaking it fast.
Oh, what Maya said,
Is going.
doing something strange for a little
Right,
change.
doing a little something strange for a little change. We trying to get to Monaco. Well, I mean, we trying to get to Nice so we can take the train to Monaco. But
Right.
y'all, I feel like if we
Like you said, build up an OnlyFans.
Listen, because let's keep it real. All Bubbles have to do is let Casey know that we going and keep in contact with Casey. You never know. We might get some kind of a VIP tour for following their ass from the United States to Monaco.
You never know.
we got a whole clutch of people that we are right now collecting. We're collecting funds for our building fund. We are taking
The
donations.
building fund side.
Because
Oh, mercy.
we are trying
Not
to
the building fund. Oh my God.
We have to
The
change the name
building
because we all know that the building fund is BS.
With the building
That never
fund.
happened with
the building fund. The building fund is a slush fund. It's an
Right.
acknowledged fact. It's a slush
Exactly.
fund.
right.
Exactly. Because after
Fund is
20 years, ain't shit in the building fund.
Right. But we gonna go and put this money in this building fund so that we can get to Paris,
Either
maybe
Milan or
Milan
the
or
French
Paris.
countryside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somewhere
when they
close.
if catching a train costs $3, shoot. All we need to do is have a good 2 or 3 pair of good walking shoes.
Pretty
We want
much.
to experience all of it. One
Right.
day in Paris and one day in Milan.
So I think we gonna do that, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the hashtag the building fund. Because we try to be our way. This is the 35th anniversary, so if we try to get there for 40, because they gotta be doing something for 40. I ain't waiting for 50
Oh, definitely.
for the 50th, but I think probably within the next 3 to 5 years, we should be able to save up enough money to go to Europe. Rent a chalet or something. You know, they have the commercials on Bravo now. You can rent a whole damn castle for your family. We're going to go over there and find somebody's castle on the damn Airbnb, and we're going to live our best damn lives. And then we're going to talk Casey and the crew into coming to our Airbnb castle for the night, and we're going to do it big. Y'all, I got dreams that nobody sees.
Well, I want them to show us big. I want us to show us big time at the actual events at Monte Carlo. Not, I know that some of them we just can't go to, but I know there always is VIP fan status or whatever. Just just to peek. Let us see and meet and greet and shake the hand of whatever bold and beautiful star is actually gonna be there.
Man,
We just want to peek behind the velvet rope.
Say what?
We just want to peek behind the velvet rope. We ain't got to stay all day.
right?
Exactly.
Can I just stand in front of the rope and take a picture so people know I'm not like
I was
just
actually
want a
here.
receipt. I just
Right.
want a receipt. I ain't even got to go inside, but can I stand outside this building and get this receipt so people will know that we actually for real did take the building fund to the Europes. I already got my passport. If y'all
Because
ain't
everybody already has
now,
Europe on their bucket list for travel anyway.
yeah.
I don't know of soul alive that don't want to take a trip somewhere over there. So at some point everybody gonna have to try to achieve some of these things that's on the list just for happiness sake. Just for happiness sake. And me and my aunts, we do that. We used to do it every year before COVID, just to travel somewhere. But Europe is a place I want to go. I'll save some money for that.
So go on, put it on your vision boards. Go on, put it on your goal sheet. Whatever you do to get some money saved. If we need a workbook so that we can keep up, whatever. We got to get on because I'm going. I'm going, and y'all can come with me if you want to. I already got a passport. And I'm already tracking flights to Nice. I'm halfway there, so y'all can come with me, or you can watch me on the lives when I start posting stuff from the events.
So you just gave us a $900 round trip, and we know flights go up and down. Okay, we might be able to find a Groupon. You never know. You can always find Groupon trips to Europe. We might be able to find a Groupon trip close to
that. Groupon. Also, there's another thing. What is it? I'm gonna have to go through my emails because once upon a time I signed up for something where they would send you emails when they had discounted trips to Europe, and it would be like the whole vacation package. So for like $2,000, you could spend a week in France. 5 days, 4 nights in a hotel and the plane, and all you have to worry about is your transportation and your food when you get there. So if we can find some kind of package like that, or if it's enough people and you have I almost said a talent agent, a travel agent, then sometimes a travel agent can get better deals for larger groups of people than they can for one person, because now you talk about blocks.
Now, it used to be when I was a travel agent, that group rate was like for 10 or more, you can get a group rate.
Well, girl, look, it's 4 of us right now on the thing, plus Miss Queen Libra and Amaya, if they in. We up to 6 people. Once we post this building fund hashtag, we going to
and then Stefan and then Reginald.
the Renee. SB Writer, you coming, right?
That's 10. 10, then we got a yard, y'all. We got a yard.
Right. So so
we gonna
however many people go, we go if we get the group rate, that'll just be gravy. Because whether we get 10 or not, excuse me, guys, I'm sorry. Whether we get 10 or not, the group rate would just be gravy. But we need to be looking for a Groupon. And that's for sure. Groupon trips actually are real. I know people that have gone to Greece on Groupons and was like, yeah, I can't wait to go to the next time they save up enough to go wherever they offer. They going.
Right,
so
because
I'm down for it.
These companies still need to make money on tourism. So whatever they can do to dangle the carrot to get people to travel, they will. Whether it's a Groupon, a coupon, it's green stamps, buy one, get one free. They want you to come on over here and spend your money in their country. That's the whole point of tourism. They want you. So what we're going to do, we probably going to have to assign some delegates on some other things because I can't do it all by myself. But we are going to take this trip. I know I'm going. And I will build the outline and lay the groundwork.
I know my aunt would come. I mean, she would literally, I can add a person already. If y'all don't mind, because she's down to travel. She's down to travel, even if it's driving somewhere. She'll go. And I'm not lying. She had me in Georgia a couple of weekends ago, and y'all know I hate to get in the car.
Well, honey, if I can get my mom and my sister to go, I'm going to really have to be on OnlyFans because I have to pay for them because my mom ain't trying to. She's on a fixed budget. So I'd have to pay for her, and my sister really ain't got the money. So I have to pay for her. So I would have to spend the rest of my next 2 years on the OnlyFans trying to get money for my mom and my sister to go.
Oh, don't you worry. My aunt doesn't. So I have the opposite with my aunt. If my aunt goes on the trip, I probably wouldn't have to pay for anything So she would definitely not be a burden. She is too friendly, in my opinion, so nobody would have any issues with her.
Well,
Oh,
as for
She's
me in
our age.
my
She's
house, I'm
fine.
fixing to go and get on this OnlyFans and shake my ass so I can take my mama to Monaco.
Make it clap.
Yeah,
Make
and
it
what
clap.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open a savings account with my bank just to put have a little direct deposit of $5, just only $5, and I don't want to ever see the account, so I
Well,
can forget about it.
Well, let me
that's
suggest.
the best way to save money.
Let me
Right, it's to
suggest
forget about it.
if you're gonna open a new savings account, don't just open one at your bank because that's where you bank. Look for banks that have savings accounts with high interest rates.
That's my
Credit
bank.
unions.
That's my
Credit
bank.
unions are great.
credit.
Credit
Ally.
unions.
Yeah.
Ally has the best rate right now for savings accounts, and that's
What
my
the
bank.
hell?
ALLY. That's that purple and white company.
Oh, I
It's
know.
online only. They don't have stores.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Because I got a little bit of extra change and I'm trying to diversify my money because they say you're supposed to have your money in different accounts and not all at the same bank. So I'm trying to establish 5 accounts at 5 different banks. Actually,
So
10.
my sister uses
How you-
Ally specifically because she does their trade and stock thing. So they have like a self-directed stock thingamajig, but she actually makes some money off of it. So Ally, I'm saying definitely if you're looking to put your money somewhere, add it to your list of comparisons. My sister does it because of the rate, and she trades stock there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard of them, and I've even tried to inquire about them because for diversify. But I just can't get. I gotta go in and talk and complain in somebody's face at some point in time. Cause that's just how I am, especially if you hold my money hostage for me. So if I don't get all my cents on and if they not lining up, who I'm gonna yell at? The computer? That ain't the same effect.
Oh no, I have never had an issue with my bank online. So I'll put it this way. I was like Bubbles, and I had like 3 accounts at 3 different banks. Mainly different reasons. I had a car at one bank and a house with another, and just my regular bank. And I slimmed it all down. I was like, I'm tired of this. I just need one place to put money. I want it all to go to one place, and I want it all to come out of one place. I can keep track of it better. But then when I opened the Ally account, because I was going to switch from my current bank to the Ally account. And I only didn't do it because I have something on auto pay that I can't sign into online, and I have not been able to get on the phone with them, and it's my insurance that I pay for every month. So I ended up keeping the account. So anyway, it was just too much to try to change the auto pay on that, and I end up keeping the Ally. I get free checks, paper checks, which I really don't use a lot, but
I don't use them. They're traps. They traps.
Well, I use them occasionally, but the customer service online and on the phone is top notch. I have had no issue with a 100% online bank. And if I had to choose between the two that I have, I would go with the online bank. They don't even charge overdraft fees.
What? Would they allow you to overdraft?
They don't even charge overdraft fees. There's like a limit. Whatever the limit is, I haven't hit it. So there's got to be one. They don't even charge it because how your account will go over $2 before
right.
You get a deposit that you expecting or whatever. Yeah, it just never.
I do it all the
any
time.
fees. Even if it's off schedule, even it's just like, oh, I'm gonna get hit. I didn't get hit. So
that's good.
Ally's a good bank.
Yeah, I just toned mine down to 3 and left it alone. I'll look into it. Because I'm looking for somebody to do trading.
I don't mess
Let's
with
see. And on that note, we have gone almost a half hour over, and I have work in the morning.
And my phone is
just about to tell y'all we got to get this one because it's 9:24. The music been playing for 20 minutes. But
Dang.
It wasn't playing loud. We was talking about the building fund.
Yes, and going to Europe.
That was important. The yard is going to Europe.
Because I want to go to Europe anyway. So I have to before I'm too old to go and too tired.
Ooh, hold on. When we get there, y'all know we gotta do a live recording from wherever we going. Live from Monaco. The yard is in Monaco, y'all.
Yard is
Yes, we
in
would have to. We would have to do a yard. from
Drinks the
Monaco.
day after goes international.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
Y'all make sure y'all go on the Amazon and start picking out your evening dresses now. You can get a nice one for $40, $50, $60.
Child,
on
please.
the
I'll be looking at these consignment shops. And that's what I do because I like name brands. So too poor to get brand new name brands. I go to the consignment shop for those. But
So
yes,
we
I will
gotta
be
have a
getting
dress
ready.
code. Oh Lord.
Yeah, for because it's so it's
I'm
Europe.
on vacation. I
I
can't
wanna
wear
be-
my bird
It
up.
would be Europe. I want to be at night. I want to be in something black and short, and
Well,
in
yeah.
the daytime, and I'll be wearing sneakers in the daytime. Probably
Let's
sneakers
be
all
ready.
night.
Even
But we'll
have
talk
some good
about it next
suggestions
time.
for some high yield savings accounts too in the YouTube comments. But yeah, we got time to talk about it.
Exactly.
Girl, you
We
know
can
I
we can
always-
set aside time. We can set aside time to talk about the building fund.
Yeah. Good night, ladies.
Good night, you guys.
All right, everybody
Good night,
have a good night.
everybody.
Yes.
Thanks
Till
for coming
tomorrow.
out.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night.